Hello everybody, welcome to another day of StarCraft 2. We're gonna be doing a big old good stream today. We're having a bunch of StarCraft 2 competitors, as is per usual with StarCraft 2. Let me just fix my my webcam here for a second. Sometimes, you know what, the webcam just is kind of like, you know what, maybe we're not feeling it today. Maybe we're not feeling it today. But there we are, we're all set, we're all good. We're looking nice, I hope. Don't tell me otherwise. Anyway, what's up everybody? Well, how you doing? We're going to be starting with Gerald versus Denver here pretty soon, hopefully, if Denver does come online, which is a little bit of a, you know what, a wrench in the gutter, or a wrench in the wheel, a wrench in the soup. It's a wrench in the soup. It's not where it's supposed to be. It's what's happening here. Me and Gerald are just talking about how much of a problem this is. This is a problem, a conundrum, some might say. All right, so Denver, I do see him on the disc. I'm just gonna pop him a quick message. That little Frenchman, the French. They're always fashionably late, of course. So maybe that's why. Who knows? Who knows? Paris, the official overall universal fashion, so would make sense in a way. Would make sense, but yeah. So we're gonna have to wait here a little bit. What's up? How are you guys doing? Anyway, who do we have in chat right now? Who do we have to say hi to? I see Vitamin is here. He just joined in. Bitterwood, what's up, my Bitterwood man? Petit Gold came back as well for another day. That's pretty cool to see. Tuck Dog. Guys, is the nuclear missile ready? I hope so. I hope so, because you know what? We're gonna have to wait and see whether or not some of these players are going to be sending nuclear missiles into the overall scene. If you really wanted to see nukes, though, I suppose you should have joined yesterday with Vindicta being on the. Was that yesterday? No way, it was 2 days ago. Never mind. Feeling better after the wasping. It's still there a little bit. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. Like, there's a little red dots like right there. Is that visible? I don't think it's visible. Anyway, for some reason it only hurts when I let something cold go over it or water go over it for some reason, which is weird because. You know what, I read on the internet, people saying like, you know what actually helps? Keeping it cool. And I'm like, well, that just makes it worse. So yeah, it's weird. But I can do things with my hand again. Look at this overall speed right now. Oh, the dexterity, the agility being showcased right now. I should be a musician at some point. I hope it's back to normal. Yeah, it's pretty much back to normal right now. It's just a little bit of irritation now and again. But you know what? It's all manageable now. It took a while though. Jeez Louise, this was Tuesday and it's Thursday right now. And now it's getting a little bit back to normal. But man, oh man, that first day. Oh my god. Ah, man. I'm never looking at a wasp again at the same way. I'm gonna run off. I'm gonna be mid-conversation with somebody, see a wasp and just book it out of there with no explanation. It's probably gonna happen at some point. Anyway, the scariest part about that wasp was when I was trying to catch it at night. Like whenever I would turn my flashlight on my phone, it would fucking just scoot on immediately over to that flashlight, just full force straight into my phone. And then I would turn it off because I was like, alright, it's being attracted to the light. And then, you know, because I turned off the light, I had no idea where it went when it was just a second ago coming straight for me with full force. So, that probably was the scariest part. For some reason, that's the scarier part than actually being stung. But the being stung part actually hurts more. So yeah, there you go. When you're hunting a wasp in the night, make sure not to hold the flashlight. Just put the flashlight somewhere else. So that if it does come to the flashlight, you don't have to panic and then I hope that I didn't just go down your underpants or something, you know? There you go. Pro tips. Pro tips. So, Denver. I don't think he's here yet. Should we? Oh, he's coming in a few. Sorry. Okay, there we go. He's on his way. He's on his way. Which has got to be a little bit patient, you know? It's alright. It's okay. I do have another stream at 8 a.m. tomorrow as well, which will be... What will it be again? It's like 2 pretty good players playing. I know that we're going to be playing Total War Troy afterwards on that stream as well, which should be pretty darn good. Sometimes gotta hunt flies that get into this room, but never any wasps, fortunately. Alright, that's nice. Where are you from, Bitterwood, actually? Where are you from? Because it might be like a region thing, or just like overall. Oh, you had to hunt. Okay, I thought you actually like strung up flies at some point. Romania, really? You don't have wasps in Romania? I might come to live there, honestly, just for that reason. It seems like a solid reason to me, anyway. What was I doing again before? Oh, right, I was talking about tomorrow's stream and what we're going to be doing then. Let me look it up, actually, for you fellas. For your fine ladies and gentlemen. Before Denver is here. Yeah, tomorrow it's going to be Patience versus Cure. Should be starting in 11 hours. So yeah, that should be a fun one. I may just have to find a way to sleep during this. That should be good. Should be fine. And then I mean I can sleep in the afternoon. Yeah, should be good. Right? Sure. No problem whatsoever. And then afterwards, right, after that stream, after Patience versus Cure, we're going to be doing the Total War Troy. We actually have a special link where you can download the game right now for free as well, for the 24 hours, for which it will be free for. So, yeah, if you like Total War games, definitely look up that link. Sushi just put it in the chat channel, so that's a thing that's going on right now. So if you want to see the new Troy game, that's the place to be, man. That's the place to be. That's that little link there. Other than that, I mean, I suppose we're just gonna have to... Oh, there he is. There's Denver. Hi, Denver. I was gonna get it anyway, but I got it from your link. If it helps, it does help actually. Yeah, of course it helps, man. Thank you so much. We were yeah, honestly, I thought I was gonna have to buy it, but then I realized, you know what, we are actually getting it for free. But man, I love Total War games. I absolutely adore Total War games. I have like over 400 hours on the Total Warhammer game. Oh man, that's my jam, dude. That's my ultimate jam. Just so much more relaxing than StarCraft 2 in some fashion. What's the veto system? Hold up, he's asking for the... I'm sure Vitamin is here, right? Ready to jump in for this. He is. Yeah, there he is. All right, he's on the case. We can just chill. We can relax. But yeah, it definitely helps us, man. I mean, overall, we have these people tracking the amount of people we get to download through our links, right? And when they check those the amounts, that's going to indicate for them whether or not they should invest more overall sponsorships into us, right? Because it's basically like how this works. There's a firm that companies talk to, right? Companies go to the firm being like, yo, we need people to do this and this at this and this time, or we need people to play this and this game for this and this amount and stuff like that, right? So they kind of come up with the overall things that need to happen, and then the company that is the firm that tries to get all those things going, they're like, all right, well, we're gonna flush this out a little bit, right? We're gonna make a plan overall and make it understandable for anybody that will try to do this plan. And we'll try to recruit some people for this plan. And, well, we're one of those people, right, that gets recruited. So if we show that we get good numbers, the likelihood of them being like, you know what is a good place to try and get these commissions into, that would be Alpha X, because these guys continuously manage to get some good numbers. And, yeah, I mean, Total War, pretty darn good game, honestly. I freaking love it. So yeah, that's going to be a ton of fun tomorrow. But yeah, right now, Denver and Gerald. They're both doing the vetoes, the good old vetoes. The vetoes of death, as some would say. Because if you screw up, you are going to lose the game. We're going to have to hung you like a little fly in Bitterwood's home. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Alright, so I'm not quite sure if they're doing the vetoes in the whispering. They very well might. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. We'll figure it out at some point. Either that or they're not doing it at all. They're just sitting there being like, well, I don't know. Do we want to veto? Do we really need to? Can't we just agree on something? And they try to communicate this just by just sitting there in a channel. Maybe they're in a voice chat. Who knows? Probably not. Is there a voice chat in-game function in StarCraft 2? I think there is, right? I'm pretty sure there is. Or at least there used to be. Yeah, there's a voice chat right there. Whoever used the in-game voice chat for StarCraft 2, is there anybody that actually uses this? We have Clem playing today as well, by the way, guys. Clem. Clemmy boy. You know what? He's also a Frenchman, and he was here before Denver. He's not fashionably late, unfortunately. Not a true Frenchman. We'll have to explain this to him later on. Let me see. Let me see if I can find the bracket quickly. Bracket. Alpha X series. There we are. Liquipedia. All right. So, actually I should have this on the Discord. That should be a lot easier because then I know which ones I'm casting as well. Let me look it up. All right. So. Denver and Gerald, we're starting off with that one. Then afterwards, we'll have Saul versus Clem as our second match. Gerald versus Clem as well will be one of the matches. Gerald versus Bly and Clem versus Bly as well. All going to be the mainstream right here. Very much looking forward to it. Alright, so we have the link. We have everything we need. Alright, here we go. Réveil Éternel is the Everdream map name in French. So I don't know if I already told you guys this, but I thought there were two different lobbies that both of them created that were two different maps. And honestly, for a moment, I thought Denver was just playing at some weird arcade game that I've never heard of. But it's just the French name of the map, so don't worry about it, guys. We're good. They're settled. They're settled. We're going to get this party started pretty soon here with Gerald versus Denver. Game number 1. Game number 1. Unos. Game number... That's a fun way of saying 1, isn't it? Un, deux, trois. That's how far I go. I could try more, but then I probably would mess up and I'd look like a complete dork. Like a complete dork. Even if I don't mess up, right? I'm going to look like a dork because... For some reason I know French. Oh dear lord, Haas is still here. Haas, we don't need you anymore. Thank you, sir. Alright. Here we go. Best of 3 in the bottom left side of the map. We have a red Protoss fighting for Team Axon. He is Gerald. His opponent fought it, well, the match, the series. He's the blue Zerg right here. He's the Frenchman. He is from... Is that TCAP? Is that a... Hold up. Can I find an actual name for this? Or is that just the thing that is happening here? I need... oof. Alright, here we are. I had this up already. Okay. Oh, right. I remember this name. Coca Authentique Pepites. Denver. Coca, authentique pépite. I swear, if they ever get any non-French player in their team, it's gonna be a travesty. It's gonna be a problem, I'd say. I mentioned that Gerald is Polish as well, right? Did I? I didn't? Alright, well, there you go. Just to make sure both of the nationalities are represented, so if there are Frenchmen or Polish people here in the chat, they will know who to cheer for, I suppose. Or you know what, maybe neighboring countries that specifically like, or maybe dislike their neighbors, as in a country. I know that, you know, the Dutch people actually have the extreme hatred for a couple of our neighbors, so you never know. You never know. The English and the French also had an extreme hatred for each other, right? Until both of them started hating the Germans. I think most people just hate the Germans for some reason. For some reason, I don't know quite why. But also, well. You have hatred for me? Of course I do, Vitamin. You don't even know. Don't get me started on that one. Denver looked pretty strong in some recent games. Let's see if he can keep at it. Alright, alright. I mean, Denver is a pretty strong player, but to be fair, Gerald has been impressing me a lot recently as well. Now, not extremely recently, but just overall. I mean, he's pretty darn good. He's pretty good. He is pretty darn good. There we go, third base. There we are. So what games did you see recently, Bitterwood, from Denver? Who was he playing against? Also, Vitamin, I thought you were from Brazil. What's that about? I thought you were Brazilian. Just have those cool Brazilian vibes. Maybe you're adopted. Who knows? Who knows? I think you need to talk to your parents about this. I'm pretty sure about this. I'm not very often wrong about this type of stuff. Oh, nice, nice waiting for the link speed to finish up there for Denver. Really finding that good opportunity there. Anyway, with that out of the way, making Vitamin feel like an outcast. Seen him play against DNS, Skillus, and Real and won all of the time. Okay, that's pretty good actually. Man, Skillus and Real and DNS. Okay. Okay, Gerald has his work cut out for him then. But this being a best out of 3, something like this, right? A Dark Shrine could definitely burst the bubble of Denver here. Although he already has those Spore Crawlers up, he has... actually may have a little bit too many of those workers. Right now only 4 Zerglings. A couple more coming in. If this was actually a regular Adept timing, I feel like this could do quite a bit here actually. But instead we have the Dark Templar, of course. Well, maybe even some Archons could do a little bit here. It's gonna be difficult overall, but we'll have to wait and see. Already around that Spore Crawler here. Nice... nice overall strategy for Denver. Gerald, though, not messing up too much either here. Well, not targeting drones with the Adept, unfortunately, but really staying on top of those Dark Templar. Those are probably the more important units not to lose, right? If you lose those, you won't be able to get the double Archon going as quickly. Which, you know what, are very expensive units on their own. Very valuable units as well. Definitely put a little bit of a wrench in the soup here for Denver if he does want to go for some sort of an aggression. Oh, well, I mean, roaches are here now. Denver's doing a really brilliant job so far with just kind of being at the right place at the right time. I mean, nothing's here right now. And everything's right here, and that is the place, of course, where that War Prism is. So, great overall observant eye from Denver there. keeping track of the movement of that Warp Prism. Gerald realizing that the DTs most likely won't get that much done anymore, so unfortunately just kind of has to admit DT defeat and transform into Archons for the second chance here. Maybe a second wind will be awakened through the use of those Archons. I heard it was going to like storm like mad tonight as well. I'm very much looking forward to this. That should be the end of the overall heats that we're having recently, at least in the Netherlands. So, oh man, we're almost there. We're almost there. I've had a fan for a good 2 solid days, and it served me well. I'll be able to put it in the closet somewhere for the oncoming rest of the year. It's hailing like crazy over there right now. Alright, well, I mean, that's just Brazil for you. It's always much better weather over there, isn't it? Jeez. Gerald not getting a lot of work done, is he? Denver kind of running away with the work account. He's only on 65 so far. Maybe he could have gone a little bit higher up, but it makes sense that he's kind of being a little bit careful over here, because a follow-up adept aggression definitely could have been a thing still. Eastern Brazil and Western Germany. Yeah, it's close enough. It's close enough. I like the national anthem of Brazil as well. It's a good one. Okay. Yeah. Uh-oh, he's going down the ramp at the wrong time. This is the worst time to go down the ramp here. He does have 2 disruptors in that Warp Prism, I believe, but I mean, he's gonna need to use the disruptors right now. Taking a boatload of damage already just from trying to get back up that ramp again. Now he's used both the disruptor shots right now, and neither of them really getting the massive upper hand advantage right here that you're looking for. A third disruptor did appear somewhere out and about on the field. Let's take a look. Okay, it's coming from behind. Let's see if it will be able to get that shot that he needs right now. I don't think it will. Nice target that from Denver. Will shut that down. Another disruptor. He's trying to really get it in from a different angle here. That is unexpected, but it's difficult to do, man. It is quite difficult to do. Oh, needs to pick up again. All right, this is the opportunity. There are more roaches coming in from behind, though. He has to pick it up again here. Denver's supplies is more than... well, it's not more than double anymore, but it was pretty close to more than double there for a moment. I swear to you. Alright, another disruptor here. Let's see this one. Looking pretty good. There we go. Gets a good amount. Walks forward, though, unfortunately, so... only gets the 1 shot right now. The 1 Dark Templar was a little bit irritating. Had Denver be pushed backwards. Needed to get a couple of Overseers here. Alright, here we go. Continuing onwards. Nice little dodge there on the Biles, but still, of course, those roaches and the Ravages keep on shooting. How many Stalkers did Gerald actually make right here? This feels like a ridiculous amount of them, but it seems to be working against roaches, so who am I to complain about this, right? I'm not really complaining about it anyway, but I'm just a little bit perplexed over here. Gerald's making a lovely fight happen right there, even though he for a moment had less than half supply as Denver did. Reasonable disruptor hits overall. Look at the overall win trade here, the surplus in minerals that Gerald had right there. About 4k extra in minerals lost there by Denver. That's a boatload, guys. That is a boatload. You know how many bases you can make with 40k minerals? 4k minerals, sorry, not 40k. There we are. Well, to be fair, he also had disruptor shots hit. And to be fair, Stalkers do pretty well against roaches. I think if there were just a a bit more Zerglings overall together with this army, right? If it wasn't just Roaches and Ravagers, I think that would have done a lot better. Well, maybe if he was fighting against more so a Zealot composition or an Adept composition, this would have been an amazing army, right? And Denver most likely would have just straight up won the game right then and there. But because Gerald had a very, very strong composition, specifically against what Denver was going to do, well, that just kind of put him in a good position here. Denver not letting it be just like that, though. Not letting it end right there. He's going to get himself the Infestors right now. Didn't get the Infestor upgrades just yet. Would imagine him getting those at some later point. Unless if you just kind of misclicked these two Infestors here for the production queue. That could be the case. The Infestor key and the Roach key pretty close together after all. Hoping that wasn't the case, of course. I like me some Infestors. I like me some Infestors. And, of course, it does keep your opponent from just running away with those Stalkers and continuously blinking, dodging the Biles, right? That becomes a little bit easier to do. And Gerald's being the one that is aggressive right now, trying to make use of those Disruptors to force his way through here. There's that lovely little Infestor play. Another Disruptor, though, forcing him further backwards once again. There's the Spire and the Hive as well, starting at the same time. Should line up nicely in order to get himself started on the Broodlords, of course. I'm very surprised we didn't see the Infestor upgrade, right? What's it called? Pathogen Glands? Sure, we'll call it Pathogen Glands. I feel like there's like 6 Zerg upgrades that I call Pathogen Glands. I'm not quite sure why. But it just, whenever I'm in doubt, I just call it Pathogen Glands. And nobody ever seems to correct me on it. So, I mean, there you go. Hey. I must be wrong. I must be right at some points, right? Just keep on trying. Oh, these Banelings. Actually, those Banelings could be pretty harmful to the Stalker army here. There's no sentries with this, and I mean, the Stalkers, they're a little bit clunky overall to try and split up because they are so big overall. You might say, you know what, then you have to split less. Well, I guess that's a little bit true, but still. Alright, that was indeed another nice Disruptor shot there, but overall, I'd say still, Gerald winning in the economy here. Denver is finally kind of oh my god, that Disruptor shot was absolutely massive though. Oh my dear bejesus, but more Banelings do come in from the bottom side. Even without the Baneling speed here, it looks like Denver will be able to clean this up. Man, oh man. I guess we needed 2 more of those Disruptor shots as we had at the top side. Gerald really trying to kind of stop the mining here from Denver, as he is kind of walking away with it. Well, I guess with the overall economy. I said I thought Gerald was in a better spot. I'm also meant as in the overall resources lost tab, right? But other than that, I've kind of changed my mind about that subject ever since then. I was a young boy. I didn't know what I was talking about. I regret the remarks I've made in the past. And you know what? All I can do is ask for forgiveness. Oh my dear lord, this is a lot of stuff here from Denver. Well, with another warping of a lot of Zealots right here, there's not that many Banelings anymore. How many do we still have? Let's see if we can get a glimpse here. There's 3 more remaining in this army. Alright. I think some of them did already explode as well, though, to be fair. And, nice split there. Nice split. Denver on the case. Is it doable to like Fungal or War Prism and even when it has speed and then bile it down? Is that something you can do? Just get enough biles maybe just around the War Prism overall on all angles. Feels like it should be something that should be able to get done, right? Is that too overpowered maybe? Because you'd only need like an Infestor and Ravagers at that point, right? You wouldn't need any other type of units anymore. Broodlords are on the way here for Denver. I'm getting a little bit worried here for Gerald. I'm starting to really see why Denver has been doing so well against all these other very skilled Brodos players. Because he's playing pretty stellar right now. He's losing a couple of drones here, but I don't think that is the biggest of deals, unless if he just kind of... Oh my. That was a cool play. I kind of missed it. My apologies, guys, but... Gerald actually did put the disruptors here in the middle as well, realizing that it would very likely be the case that Denver would push his army into that location, trying to deal with the Dark Templar, trying to surprise the army here with the disruptors. Didn't quite work out overall the way he wanted to, but still a very nice effort. Very cool plan overall, and here we have another engagement. Those Stalkers right now, jumping right underneath the Broodlords. This is just pretty much one shot, I'd say, to try and kill off these Broodlords before they grow too plentiful. Storm's doing an okay job overall. More Corruptors coming in, though. You know what? Gerald's kind of making some moves here. But is it going to be enough? He's losing a lot of stuff at home as well. He just lost this base right here due to the Zerglings. And we still have a long way to go here for Gerald to really remedy the situation. That lag law, I don't like that lag. It's not a law. It's just, you know, I made a gaming PC. I didn't necessarily make a streaming PC. GG. GG. Gerald has to tap out, unfortunately. But yeah, nice job there by Denver. We'll take game number 1. Game number 1. Well played. Well played indeed. Going up until the late game, but overall, you know what? Doing it with style, grace, and making it look easy in a way, right? Making it look rather easy. Although it really wasn't. Having that amount of stuff overall in your army. That amount of stuff just mining away continuously. And then that was impressive. That was impressive. I was a little bit disappointed that he went in with the Banelings not quite having speed yet, but I suppose he had to make the decision on either do I engage with a triple-pronged attack that was perfectly set up without Baneling speed, or do I move backwards, maybe get, you know, one flank of my army kind of caught out as I'm trying to move backwards, have to reset up everything just in order to wait for the Baneling speed and then go in. That's a rough choice to make. That is an extremely rough choice to make. And Denver just biting the bullet, saying, "All right, let me just continue onwards and do this without the Baneling speed. We'll see if it still works out." This is, you know what? This apparently was the right call. Very well played there by Denver. Great positioning overall and great awareness as well. And Gerald a little bit caught off guard there with the massive surround there. I'm German, please don't hate me. Well, you're Brazilian now, Crizzle. That's the only way. It's the only way of redemption. Oh, it's fine. Crizzle. Alright, in the top right side, we have ourselves a blue Zerg player fighting for France. It's from, I gotta look this up again. Hold up. I was trying to say it out of the top of my head. It's not gonna happen. It really is not gonna happen, I think, at any point in time. But, you know what? Apologies to any French person in here. I'm gonna mispronounce this. Let me just take a quick drink before I really commit to this. Again, this team name that will be coming in here pretty soon. Let me open up my bottle of water and... alright. There we go. Okay! We have ourselves the Blue Zerg fighting for France. He's from Coca Authentique Pépites. He is Denver. Bottom left side, there is the red Protoss. He's fighting for Poland and Team Axon. He is Gerald. I always start to doubt myself when I really commit. I'm like, well, I could just say it without looking, but then I'm like, but it's just one quick hover away with the mouse. I was gonna say Axon, but you know, I have no proof anymore to stand on. It's like, you know, It's like having a cheat sheet at school or something like that for a test, and then you still ace the test, but you're so self-conscious that you're like, all right, every time I write down an answer, I need to check whether or not the answer was good. And you have that type of a cheat sheet. This one time actually at school, I did have a I wanted to cheat. I had like a cheat sheet inside of my desk, and then I was too afraid to use it. I was too afraid to use the cheat sheet, and then the teacher actually found the cheat sheet after school, and then she was like, so apparently some people cheated on the test. And then she called some people out, and then she called me out. So Kozan, you know what, just seeing this cheat sheet on your desk, I thought you cheated, but then I looked at the results of your test and, well, it's pretty obvious you didn't cheat. And I'm like, oh no, I wish I did. I wish I had cheated. But then I would have been caught. Anyway, cheating never pays off, guys. That's the moral of this story right here. That's the South Park thing right now. Man, so yeah, it was not just disappointing because I attempted to cheat, but then also disappointed because I still failed while attempting to cheat. School. Such a fun time. Alright, this Oracle getting only 3 kills, by the way. Alright. And some other times, you know, as I grew up, I got a little bit more skilled with my cheat sheets, right? I got a bit better. Well, I never really used them. I think I used them once, maybe, actually. I like to make them, though, right? It was always like a little bit of a challenge to just kind of see how small my handwriting could get. That was a fun thing. Anyway, Adept's coming in here. They killed 2 more drones. Alright, there you go. 5 drones in total. And an Overlord as well. And these Oracles actually killing 3 more drones. So, that's 8 drones now in total. 4 Zerglings as well, actually. An Overlord, 2 Adepts, and an Oracle. Alright. Alright. Game over, man. Game over. That's right. That's right. Gerald has this one in the bag. No problem. Although he is losing more Adepts right now. No, just a single. Oh, God, that probe. Alright. Well, both these guys just obviously not taking this game seriously whatsoever. Look at the amount of units that have already gone down. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. No, they're both playing fine, guys. I hope that you know that I'm kind of trolling here. Denver is going for a lot of attacking forces, though. A lot of roaches on the way here. He will pull the trigger, and he's going for this Phoenix. I think the Phoenix saw this, right? He must have. He must have. Oh my God. I don't think he did see it. He sees this one queen, though. He needs to see this one queen walking off creep right there and then be like, wait a moment, why is this queen walking off creep? Okay, he must know now, right? He must know now. He must have some inclination that this is coming his way. He needs to hurry up and figure this out. The Oracles need to just shoot down these Zerglings. You don't have time. Come on. Just, okay, there we go. He's starting it up right now. Maybe, alright, yeah, there we go. There's 2 of them now being activated. He doesn't want to activate all of them because if he does that, of course, the Zerglings will just run away. Okay, Ravagers on the way now as well. There are the queens finally arriving. There was a question in the mind of Gerald right now. That question will be answered right here. Oh my dear Lord, Dark Shrine is on the way. Will he be able to hold on here for long enough to actually use those Dark Templars? I'm not quite certain. That's a lot of Ravager Biles right now dropping onto the shield batteries, taking out the front door. More Stalkers right now trying to deal with the Ravagers, but the Ravagers a little bit better against Stalkers than Roaches are, especially when they have this amount of Queen support. The Queens will be able to keep the Oracles at bay as well. The Oracles trying to shoot down the Queens, but the Queens ultimately will most of the time just kind of win that fight straight up. Because when they run out of energy, they don't stop shooting. 14 probes already have gone down. The Dark Shrine, oh my dear Lord, will you just hurry it up? He is in desperate need of some Dark Templars here. At least he still has that third base, right? Yeah, I guess that's true. He still has on a similar amount of workers as well. But, I mean, the base is going to go down right now. So that is the problem right there. The Oracles, yeah, they need to go around here. Gerald desperately trying to keep this alive right now. But, you know what? I don't think it will be. This should be targeted down. No problem. No sweat. There you go. More stuff going the wrong way here. Oh, the Biles might actually get the Dark Templar. Okay, he did get one Dark Templar there by the use of the two of the Biles. I don't know if it was two Biles. Oh my god, did he just really get a Dark Templar and a Phoenix with Biles? Are you kidding me? Alright, I think this is it, guys. I think it really is game over now. GG. Gerald has to tap out there, unfortunately. Man, Denver. He was on a roll there, wasn't he? The first aggression in the first game not quite working the way he wanted to, but still just casually strolling down the streets of ZVP and finding victory still. Second game, definitely finding a stroll there with the overall aggression and gaining the upper hand. Alright, that means we're going to go into game number 2, which should be Soul versus Clem. That should be played on EU as well. Nice, I can just chill on my own place. You know what? Makes me feel at home. Also makes me feel a little bit embarrassed because they're gonna see my overall StarCraft 2 ranking when I join the lobby. Sure, they're not that bothered by it, right? They probably don't care that much. It's probably just me that cares, right? Probably. That's right. That's right. All right. Let's hit up Clem and let's hit up Soul. Hi, Clemmy. And where's Soul? There he is. Hi, Soul. Soul is not allowed for me to be whispering. I can't whisper Soul. He's not on my friends list. Next match, Soul versus Clem on A stream. You feeling good today? Everything is on EU today. Well, that's a bummer, isn't it? Oh well. Oh well. EU. That's where all the good players are. Ah, cheapest creepers. All right. Anyway, awesome. Define good. You know, people that win games. Yeah, they're gonna do the vetoes. I'm trying to hook Miguel up with Clem over here. Trying to tell him that Miguel is a big fan of him. I hope Miguel doesn't mind. We'll figure out. Clem is a really cool guy though. Overall, like he's an absolute banger dude. Always a blast to talk to him. You want to the bracket, my good sir? You want the bracket, my good sir? Here you go. There you are. There is a bracket for you, ready to be enjoyed. Alright, Clem getting rid of Submarine. Interesting, interesting. It is, after all, the TVT matchup, so why pick a Terran favored map? Wait, how does that work? It wouldn't make sense. It's still not raining, is it? Is it? It's 9:45. So let me check outside. Actually, I'm getting kind of curious. Sorry, guys. I'm getting. You know what? Let me play this while I'm gone for a moment, so you guys have something to look at. What you want? You want a play of the day, or you want the how to do a contribution to Matcherino? No, but we're gonna do the Matcherino thing because we haven't really mentioned that just yet. Guys, hit up the Matcherino. It's always a good thing to overall support StarCraft 2. Help out on those quests. Help out on those codes. The code should be in the bottom description bar. Alright, see you in a bit.
You can visit the Matcherino page for our event and contribute in many different ways. 1. Free coupon. Click Contribute, enter the specified coupon code to contribute a predetermined amount of money to the prize pool. 2. Free sponsor quests. On the right side of the screen are various actions supported by sponsors, including retweets, Twitter follows, surveys, among other things. Click into these boxes to complete the action and add the attached prize contribution to the pool free of charge. 3. Marketplace. Products are available in our marketplace, which also contribute to the fundraising pool. Be sure to check out the variety of apparel and collectibles, as well as other unique items. 4. Donate. Clicking on the Contribute button, you're able to add funds to your Matcherino wallet and then directly contribute them to the fundraiser page. Thanks for supporting your event with Matcherino.
It's still as dry as a cork outside. I don't understand. I don't understand! It was supposed to start, like, hailing rain continuously. Like, almost an hour ago right now. And it still hasn't. It just became more humid overall. Let me see. It says that it's raining right now. Showers. It's dry, sir. Wouldn't it be nice if you could just show your phone what's actually happening outside? And then the weather report gets updated. It's just like, all right, yeah, well, that's our bad, sir. That's our bad. Our apologies. We're messaging your phone company right now to ensure that they will get updated on this information. It won't happen again. It won't happen again, good sir. Shoot, I gotta whisper. I gotta say good luck, have fun, have fun. Alright, there we go. There we go. Guys. Clem versus Sol. This, I feel, I mean, this should be a banger match. This should be an absolute amazing match. Overall, it should be a good series. I'm looking very much forward to seeing these two titans of the Terran race clash it out. We have over here in the bottom the red Terran player right now. He is representing Team Makers. He is none other than Cyril's regular training partner. And, you know, he always has massive amount of praise for this man because he is just that freaking good. He is Sol. His opponent for today, he's no slouch either. He is, well, I mean, highly regarded as a absolute beast right now. There's no question about it that this man, even though he's a youngster, he has qualified himself as being called one of the ultimate top dogs, one of the end bosses overall of StarCraft 2. And, well, we all know him and we love to see him play. He is Liquid's Clem. Team Liquid's Clem. Oh, alright. Sol playing it safe here, and Clem playing it a little bit more safe as well. Getting that first gas a little bit earlier, I believe. Yeah, there you go. We have more gas there for Clem. Looks to be the truth. This is the moment in time of the game where, well, we either get really awkward or we're just gonna go silent overall. I guess that would be awkward too. We'll have to wait and see what these guys do. Factory, barracks, okay. Standard stuff, standard stuff. Factory, barracks, Of course, a little bit earlier here for Clem, as he did get that gas a little bit earlier. But, you know what, I would say that makes this a little bit of favorites for Sol. Right? As he's just going to have a little bit one up here in the overall mineral department, which is the greedy department, right? The more minerals you manage to squeeze out before actually investing into the tech and such, gives you a better base to work with. Overall, more money that will exponentially grow. But we do have Clem still going for that quicker second base here. And Sol a little bit behind right now. I'm not quite sure what he was still trying to build. Okay, so he wanted to get himself a Hellion into production before this. What else did he do differently? I think it may be just overall that he's been mining more gas overall, or... Huh. Maybe it's just Clem being better. Maybe it's just Clem being better. Who knows? I mean, Clem already had 31 supply here. Just like he's ahead on the buildings as well. So more supply and more buildings. That is overall impressive. He just invested more money. 100 more money. And he has more money in the bank now as well. So I'm trying to figure this out, guys. I swear I will at some point. Nope, still a mystery. I mean, yeah, it's just an absolute mystery right now. Clem, how are you doing this? What's happened here? I'm gonna have to get him into a voice call right now. Pause the game. Pause the game. Explain this to me, Clem. How are you just ahead without really anything happening? Even though I thought you would be behind. Because it felt like you would have a lower base of minerals. Which I thought was important at some point in my life. Well, not anymore. Yeah, there you go. Now it's like he just is getting another base right here. Just like that. Guess he's not building the Marines right now, right? Overall, just a smidge of a difference. He got that reactor a slight bit later. A tad later. That's actually a big difference right now, as we have Sol already on the 6 Marines. With the 8th and the 7th on the way as well. Already having those forces. That's quite a lot of minerals, actually. Yeah, so that's probably where a lot of that came from. Clem is so good, he bends space and time in order to place himself ahead. It feels that way sometimes, honestly. I mean, Sol is just freaking amazing himself, and I mean, it's just weird to see stuff like that happen in a way. Sometimes. Although, you know what, it might just all be completely reasonable and within the understanding of somebody that would understand StarCraft 2 on that high of a level, but unfortunately I never really delved that deeply into all this stuff, so you know what, the ultimate early game, how to get a smidge ahead with this or that, or how to sacrifice this and that in order to get this and that a little bit earlier on. Anyway, what are we seeing? What can I talk about? Well, what I can talk about is that Sol is getting at third base a little bit slower, of course, than Clem. Clem looking in a good spot to just kind of hold his ground right now. He is still being a little bit forwards, right? Getting a bit uppity on the front of Sol's base, making me a bit anxious. But he already has 2 Ravens and 2 Siege Things, so as long as he pulls away those units in time, which I'm sure that he will, you should be okay here overall in case of a attack of Sol. Sol on the other hand as well, actually really in a solid position there. I doubt that either of these players should die at any time soon. As well, first and foremost, like the reasons I just described, both of them have the tools they need to kind of hold off a attack of the other person. And at the same time, both of these players are of course expanding. Right now they're making more production, they're getting themselves upgrades here, as we see the double engineering bay for Clem. Did we already have double engineering bay for Sol? No, we do not. Okay, so those may come in at a later point. Overall, Clem though, just kind of slowly but surely walking away with the supply here. He's 10 workers ahead right now. He's 10 workers ahead. I mean, sure, Sol lost 3 workers. But to be 10 workers ahead, I mean, that's just ridiculous. Number 1 Exat, that's probably not the right place to do. Sorry, my man, we don't really condone this type of attempts. Please don't do it in the future. Alright, anyway. Just a little chatter boy. Trying to get follows. I never understood why people are trying to do it in that sense. It seems in a weird way. Right, anyway. Clem moving forwards here. He does have a good amount of siege tanks. I'm a little bit worried though, seeing the amount of Vikings that are available here for Sol. Sol is absolutely tearing the Sky Battle apart. Clem still making a lot of stuff work though on the ground. Realizing he won't be able to win the Sky War, immediately throws all his energy in the way, shape and form of those auto turrets. And those auto turrets absolutely melting away the overall ground force there. Nice targeting by Clem. And now moving forwards with still 5 siege tanks here. 4 marines as well. What can Sol still do? I'm not completely certain. There is something he can do. I guess he can land his Vikings on the siege tanks, but even that, oh, actually that one friendly fire there, killing of 2 siege tanks, that may have been it, honestly. That may have been the golden ticket out of this situation here for Sol, although, you know what, he did take a boatload of damage. He did lose his army. He kind of beat Clem's army too, but Clem's reinforcements already coming in. They were not involved with that battle. They didn't need to be. And Sol already, of course, losing quite a bit of his reinforcements overall, trying to clean this up. And Clem making a 4th. Sol trying to rebuild a 3rd. So yeah, this is not looking all too spicy here. You know what, back in the day I could always say Clem, his worst matchup is the TVT, but it feels like he's been really hammering this point down, and I don't think necessarily I can still make that judgment without actually seeing some more of this stuff, because you know what, Clem right here,
You can visit the Match
doing
Arena
a
page for our
wonderful job
event and
overall
contribute
once
to
again
many different
with the with the overall StarCraft 2 game. 5Gs, yeah. Sol heavily impressed there with Clem. I mean, so would I be, honestly. We'll have to wait and see. Alright. Alrighty. Game number 2. Game number 2. Even though we saw 5Gs. Oh, 5Gs. Was he trying to give Clem? No. 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 Was he? Did it work? We'll find out. We'll find out, guys. Here he is. The bottom left man trying to curse his opponents with an evil spell. He is the Red Terran fighting for Team Makers. He is Sol. Top right side, a blue Terran player fighting for Team Liquid. He's the Frenchman. He is Clem. Clem. There's just a preposterous amount of good Polish people, aren't there? It's just ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie, there's so many of them. And you know what, Sol, one of them, one of those guys, one of those top dogs of the Polish scene. Polish scene. We saw Gerald as well, of course, just earlier. We all know the other ones. I don't even have to mention them because we already know. It's just the ones that we have going on here. Do we have more Polish players actually right now in this? Am I forgetting about one? Who else is playing again? Gerald, Bly's not there. Yeah, it should be about it, right? We have one in the other group. We didn't have one in the other group either. Alright, anyway. Let me see if Clem already scouted this. He will scout it in a moment here. This is a deciding moment in time, of course, seeing that there's no barracks here. He could, you know what, not be completely certain that this is coming in. He probably has to kind of prepare for it already anyway. It reminds me I have to finish the Witcher 3. I mean, to be fair, I think you better just kind of finish up Total War Troy right now. You know, because that's free to play for... well, you don't have to complete it in 24 hours. You can keep the game if you download it, but... Anyway, yeah, 2 Reapers already out and about here for Sol. That bunker did complete, though. This could be a little bit precarious, but Sol actually not continuing onwards here. There was only a single Reaper and a Marine in those bunkers, so he could have tried here. Which game is free? It's Total War Troy. It's the new installation of, or the new game of Total War. You can get it for free. We have a little link that I'm sure Sushi will send right here, right now. Sorry to kind of throw this in between the game, guys. I'm going to try not to anymore. But yeah, check it out. Yeah, these Reapers, I don't think they're going to be able to do that much anymore at this moment in time, right? I definitely thought there was an opportunity when there were 2 of them to kind of run past this bunker, but it's hard to say how many of them are available. It's free on the Epic Store as well, right? Well, yeah, it is, but if you download it there, you don't really support Alpha X, and if you use our link, it's just, you know, it's just magical. It's a lot more magical. It's better. Anyway, guys, I'm trying not to talk about... Why did I bring this up? Oh, I'm so bad at this sometimes. Right, anyway. Yeah, that one is really good, isn't it? Yeah. Use the link. Use the link. Thank you, Bitterwood. That is very much appreciated. It's the link that Bitterwood just posted in the channel. There you go. Use that and you will be directed right into the great neighborhood of a free game. Look at that. Oh, you absolute git. Whoa, oh my god, that is so frustrating, isn't it? Oh my, that is annoying. Oh, imagine if he cancels this now and then just goes for this one instead. He lands it again. Oh wait, that is an actual red tac lab, isn't it? I thought for a moment he landed it on top. Wait, you don't take... You can't take control of add-ons, right, by landing? That's not a thing, right? Am I going crazy here? Did he actually make a tac lab there? I thought he just blocked with a tac lab. Or he, like, blocked a tac lab. Huh. It's always one of those things where everybody always said, like, wouldn't it be cool in TVT if you could land your buildings to take over tac labs and reactors? Is it possible? Since 2010, whenever... I don't think it is, right? You can't take it. I'm pretty sure. Am I crazy? Have I just never seen anybody steal a tac lab or a reactor and it is a possibility to do so? If that's the case, why did Clem shoot that tac lab down? Why didn't he want a free tac lab? He still needs a tac lab. He's gonna have to put a bunker or a barracks or a something down there. Rarely useful though. Interesting. Peculiar. Is there a create attack I can use while getting the game? I don't think so, no. Because it's free. I suppose those tags are there to like give you some money off the price, but since it's free, it just won't do it. It won't do it. It won't to do. Alright, so, I mean, after all was said and done, Clem here, you know what, I should probably give him a point on the board as well. Not because I like him, but he did win that previous game after all. So what are the odds that Clem throws this still? What are the odds? Surely. It's gonna be a rough one, right? For Saul here, no matter what happens, really. Looks like he will get himself in a nice position overall. Maybe get some damage done on the overall production over here, right? Maybe this siege tank producing building right here. That's, you know, I don't need to mention the name of, because it's written right on the screen right now. And I didn't forget it there for just a moment. Oh, dear lords. Alright, well, I mean, the Vikings and the Raven are actually enough here to beat back the attack. That is a little bit unfortunate, as there's still Hellions, the Cyclone, and like 4 siege tanks for Clem. There's a bunch of bio units. This is a rough time. This is just one rough time overall. Let's see if Saul will be willing to stay in this game for a lot longer. You know what? I'm not trying to be rude here, but I mean, this is just a rough situation. If he was playing against anyone else, I would be like, you know what? Yeah, sure. Maybe that's a way. I mean, this is TVT. Maybe your opponent will just run his entire army into you, and then all of a sudden, you know what? You're ahead again because you know what? You had siege tanks siege, and your opponent didn't, and they thought they could bust you open. But in this one versus Clem, well, maybe. It used to be his worst matchup. I don't think it is anymore, necessarily, or that noticeable. Because he has been taking some pretty good games against higher up Terrans, so... Yeah, just more worry over the worry wagon. Yeah, for Saul. More worry in the worry wagoon. Which is like a wagon, but also a lagoon. It's a really big wagon filled with worry. Yeah. Okay. Well, off goes Clem for a great adventure. Let's see if he will be able to get this sorted out right now and just finish this off. We're going to have to wait and see. Nice scouting happening here for Saul, though. We'll be able to see this army coming in, so it's going to be prepared. Again, nice scouting here for Saul. This is one of the more important things here, of course, in TVT. As long as he's still in a good position, right, he may still be able to win this one. No matter that Clem out overall numbers him with 2 more siege tanks versus, well, the 4. 6 versus 4. I guess Saul does have the air dominance, though, doesn't he? How many Vikings? 5 versus 5. Actually, he doesn't. He doesn't have the air dominance. That's... Could have been an alright trade there for Clem, but Clem decides to go elsewhere. Will try to find a way in here without Saul actually being aware that he's coming. But so far, Saul's just doing a really good job with continuously having units everywhere to figure this stuff out. But it was all a ruse. Clem comes in with 2 medevacs right here, as Saul is busy in his own 3rd base. He's going to lose a boatload of overall units right here. Clem, the beast that he is, just kind of sticks around there. Will still move around with his army as well at the same time, as he's still taking another base. He's getting his +1/+1. I guess Saul is also getting his +1/+1, but... But still. Is Clem best is Clem at his best when he's playing against Zerg? I would say maybe. Yeah, I really like his ZVT as well. But I absolutely adore his TVP as well. Like his TVP late game, oh my dear lord. That is something else overall. It's absolutely nuts. I've never seen anybody play that well against Disruptors in my entire life as a Terran. Every single time a Terrans play against Protoss with Disruptors, like it's just a matter of time before the Disruptor gets a good hit. Or even just a semi-good hit. Also, Clem is winning, by the way, but guys, that is just a little bit of a heads up on the cast here. He's ahead. Yeah, there we go. GG. Man, but yeah, just seeing him just split his forces against Disruptor shots, absolutely brilliant. That is just overall. Somebody needs to make a montage of just like the best moments of Disruptor shots versus anybody else. You know what? The best disruptor dodges in the world. And then, like, just continuously have one of Clem. Because, like, he just has them all the time. He has them all the freaking time. At some point, I actually thought that I've never seen Clem get hit by a disruptor shot. But that was unfortunately not true anymore after one fateful day. Which we do not talk about anymore. Because I kind of forgot about what the match was. I actually did forget. Anyway, Gerald will be facing off against Clem right now. So maybe we're going to be seeing what's going to happen right then and there. Gerald, if you're watching, you have my my best wishes, my man. I hope that is going to be working out for you. It's going to be a rough one, probably, right? I don't think anybody here, and really any of the other pro players, will be underestimating Clem. He's just absolutely kicking butts, and it's hard to overestimate Clem. Let's put it that way. Gerald is playing a 1v1 actually on the ladder right now, so alright, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. We'll have to wait a little bit here, and as we wait, you know what? This is actually a good time to talk about the Total War thing. So yeah, there's a new Total War game. It's called Total War Troy. You can play as the what's it called? The Thingamajigs, or the other Thingamajigs, the Trojans or the Greeks, and yeah, you can choose to either be the offensive party or the defensive party in an overall grand campaign. I hear. PvP won't be added until later. I think that's going to be November. But if you download it now, especially through that link, of course, the game is going to be yours forever. So, big bonus points there. Can we talk actually about how Epic Games? Well, is this a plug? I'm not sure if this is a plug. I mean, that is where you get the Total War games if you download it through the link anyway, right? So if you do that, just overall that strategy is pretty darn smart. I still feel like people might have a little bit of a sour taste, right? Because they don't want to be forced to use a certain platform. But overall, by providing games for free, it helps out a ton with that overall, at least for me. Being like, alright, well, this becomes a lot more manageable. And then, you know what, they keep doing it with different types of games. Where ultimately you're going to be like, alright, well, you know what? This game is too good to miss up, right? I'm not going to miss this game right here. I'm actually going to be doing this pretty soon. So yeah, you know what? I think that's just a smart strategy overall, and hats off to them. Hats off to them. You know what? Just giving away free games. Who could complain about that, right? I'm sorry guys, I'm not keeping you up posted, but we were kind of talking about Double Man. We were talking about how Gerald was playing a ladder game, and we were like, you know, one of our admins was joking around, and then, you know, doing a little banhammer emote, and then I just kind of suggested, should we do a witness interview with Clem while we wait? And we have a really, really big Clem fan as one of our admins, and he was just full caps, yeah, just like super stoked. And then like 2 seconds afterward, Gerald is like, I'm ready. he's just done with his game right now. I think he got really disappointed, that admin. And then he said double Ben. He did a little double hammer. Just like... it's probably not the best idea. Round robin winner interviews. I mean, he did win a series, but is that reason enough to do a winner's interview? Probably not. Probably not. Oh well. Oh well. It's all good. They're doing the vetoes right now, guys, and you know what? While we wait for that, let me give you guys a little something to watch. It's going to be a play of the day, and it's going to be supported by G Fuel. You know what? Without our sponsors, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have anything. Honestly, we wouldn't be a team. We wouldn't have events. We wouldn't have pretty much, you know, StarCraft 2 on these channels. So, yeah, take a look. And, yeah, see you in a second. Okay? Bye-bye.
Here we go. Vipers are going to start pulling these units one by one. Now, the jumps are going to happen, so that does eliminate a little bit of the positioning here. But Solar is going to get on top of all of these Thors. The Thors start getting used as a part of the army. They're not just going to attack it themselves. They're going to go after that planetary fortress, and that planetary fortress is going to get dangerously low. It is, in fact, going to fall, and with it, that is going to be a big chunk of mining gone for Bunny. But look at Solar. He's still maxed out. He's killed 9 workers. He's stolen so many high-value targets of Bunny. Bunny's not going to be able to remax as fast as his opponent possibly can. And at this point, this is now, I think, the killing blow. Bunny sitting all the way down at 130 supply. More of these depots are going to be taken down. And we are seeing the slow, inevitable fall of our Red Terran from KaiZ Gaming.
I'm back. Hey, what's up? We're waiting for these boys to kind of figure out what maps they want to play upon. Gerald and Clem. I'm a little bit worried here for Gerald. I know he's an absolute beast overall, and I mean, he's playing Clem. He's playing Clem overall. I mean, a clear favorite here overall. The previous time, well, the previous group that we did see, honestly, I think we had a little bit of an upset. MaxPax being the first person to advance with a 4-0 overall in series score, so he didn't lose a single series. He beat Estrella, he beat Vindicta, he beat Uthermal, and he beat Namshar. All those 4 players, and there's some pretty hefty names right there. Last group as well, we had Estrella moving on a 2nd place. Estrella, I'm pretty sure he beat everyone except for MaxPax, and yeah, that is actually the case. So Estrella also having a really good day. PvP, you know what, in a best of 3 can still be a little bit wonky in a sense, but you know what, I think MaxPax really showed some absolutely brilliant strategies there versus Estrella, and Estrella just didn't really have an answer for it. So very well played by MaxPax there, and I'm very interested to see what he's going to be doing here in the next stage of the tournament. He's already sitting high and dry, though, of course, in the quarter-finals. Some other players will still have to do the quarter-finals, of course. Is that a thing? I think it's just round 1, round 2, and then the finals. So, well, we'll call it the quarter-finals and the quarter-finals. Is there a word for the octagon finals? Octagon finals? It's probably another thing, is it? It sounds cool, though, octagon finals. Maybe we should make it a thing. Alright, so in the octagon finals, we have the Vindicta and Estrella now sitting, because, you know what, Vindicta actually tying up with Uthermal there, and did they play like a little bit of a play match, because they have the same map score and the same series score, so maybe they played like one game right there, and who knows, or is that then depending on the series that the 2 played against one another? I'm kind of curious about that. Alright, are here. Did Vindicta and Thermal play another game? Use group? Or was it because Vindicta beat Thermal in that series they played? Alright, let me see if that what the case was there. Because I'm still a little bit curious what that really was about. Alright. Vitamin, what a cheeky fella. Just kind of jumping in here. Being like, you know what? I am the team administrator right now. So, you know what? I'm a handsome Brazilian fella. I can just jump in this lobby. You know what? I can't stop him. I can't stop him. Guys. I'm lacking the power to do so. If we all complain about it in this... No. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, Gerald versus Clem right here, guys. Game number 1 coming up out of this best of 3. Let's see what they will be able to showcase in this series right here. Of course, in the top right side, we have that red Polish Protoss. He is fighting for Team Axon. He is Gerald. In the bottom left side, we have ourselves a blue Terran player fighting for Team Liquid. He is Clam. It's just more so poking fun. Fight him in. Where did the name Vitamin come from, anyway? Is this something you're willing to lay on to us as information? Is this something you're willing to share with the group? Vitamin C. Was it just one of those dictionary occasions where you're just kind of looking through? I hear that's how Tasteless got his name, right? Just kind of looking through the dictionary and then being like, all right, well, I mean, I've gotten some nicknames myself at some point. Started gaming with an MMORPG back in the day. I mean, that's for a lot of people, isn't it? The thing with the MMORPGs, actually, it's a little bit interesting. The reason why so many people maintain their... Because before the MMORPGs, you probably had different nicknames, right? Includes vitamin C on a bottle of orange juice. Wow, alright. You know what, that's just pretty much a dictionary. A little bit of one. But, yeah, the interesting thing about the MMORPG is that a lot of people maintain their overall names from playing those MMOs. Because suddenly, like, other people knew them by that name, right? You start to get to know other people and you become friends with them. You start playing other games with them. And because of this, those names kind of stick, right? Some other games that other names that I've had in different overall games, I didn't play them for maybe as long of a period of time or as competitively. So those names never stuck around as much. It's less of a community kind of feeling, right, that I had when I was playing, well, I was playing World of Warcraft at the moment in time. And yeah, Vitamin C ended up becoming my main. Alright, interesting. Stargate Proxy got scouted here, by the way, guys, so Gerald in a little bit of trouble. Clem going for the Widowmine drop right now. That's kind of a heads up on where this game is going towards. Gerald's, I mean, with the Stargate here, I wonder what he's going to go for. Maybe he's just going to go straight into a couple of Phoenixes as the Oracle. You wouldn't really expect it to do that much anymore, right? At this moment in time, I mean, what would you really expect to happen from it? Already seeing that Tech Lab on the factory most likely will be a Cyclone. And a Viking maybe perhaps as well, even going to be constructed. But we do still have a Oracle. Alright. I'm not upset about this. You know what? Sometimes you still can get some stuff to work, and those oracles can be useful in the later parts of the game, just as much as those phoenixes can. I was hoping for a little bit of a phoenix blast. We did see those widow mines being constructed, but oh well. What's up, Lily? How you doing? The designer of Alpha X. If you don't like the way Alpha X looks, then that's the person you gotta talk to. Although, you know what? I've never heard anybody complain about it, so. Which is odd. I've heard people complain about pretty much all of the aspects overall. Except for the graphics, so. Big props to you. Always gotta outdo all of us, don't you, Lily? There we go. Now I've complained about it. I'm the first. And not even in a negative way towards the graphics. Anyway, what else is happening in this game? The Stargate did get destroyed here. We do have a blink follow-up here for Gerald. Kind of a... it feels more so like a attempt... Oh my god, he's still getting kills here. He's actually gaining kills here. He's doing quite a bit. The Viking is coming back. 5 worker kills so far. Is that going to be enough? I think Gerald actually right now only... really in a position where it feels equaled out again, right? Overall, on how Protoss versus Terran works. There is still a siege tank over here as well. Those Stalkers having a rough time trying to deal with the Marines here. There's no third base just yet for Clem, so maybe if Gerald will be able to keep this base alive, who knows, he could be in for a good spot here in this game. You know what, it does get rid of that siege tank. He needs to be careful with his overall Stalker control here, but... you know what, making some moves. Just needs to stay on top of that micro. Don't get flustered because it's Clem. Don't worry about it. Has Blink now as well. There we go. Already doing some good moves. He really needs to clean this up. Oh my god, he's... did you see that? How do you even do this? How? I never knew that was a possibility. Can you just make a wall of units in the shade and then... your opponent will never be able to see you because you can't walk into the gas? That's crazy. That is rather ridiculous. Now, we do have Gerald here once again though behind on the worker count overall. Once again showcasing how Clem is just preposterous at this game. Ridiculously talented, continuously not missing a beat with the SCV production. Charge upgrade on the way. Armor upgrade as well on the way. DT Shrine on the way here. Gerald pulling on the plugs. He's trying to just get something to work here. You know what? I really hope he does manage to do so. I'm a big Gerald fan. I would love to see him actually making a little bit of an upset here. You know what he actually told me as well? Before he started the matches today overall, he managed to beat... Hero Marine in a warm-up game, right? On the ladder, just right then and there. He managed to beat him. And you know what? Just that on its own, I'd say, is proof that he should be able to beat Clem here as well. We'll have to wait and see, though. We'll have to wait and see if that's going to happen, of course. It's not a given that he will win. There's a possibility that he'll win. And we'll have to see if that's actually going to happen here. Clem... ooh, I don't know what happened there. Guess I clicked on the mini-map there. Clem stimming after these Stalkers rather aggressively. Still has those 2 Medivacs with a decent amount of energy though, so should be fine. Oh, the scan. Did the scan actually see the Dark Templars? I really hope for Gerald that it did not, but it may very well be the case. Right, in he comes right now. Those Zealots, ooh, they are getting a little bit aggressive right now as well. Also a little bit clumped up perhaps. Right, taking a bit of AoE damage from that siege tank right now. Gerald is attacking with the Dark Templar over here as well on this third base. Needs to get rid of the SCV, creating this missile turret, but doesn't really get that working. He will be able to clean up the attack though at his front porch. But ultimately, it would have been great if he also at the same time managed to deny some more mining here. At least get some SCVs, right? Really get himself sorted on that front. Some High Templar are coming in. Yeah, he really did just walk into the scan now. Unfortunately so. Now we're waiting what else he can really do. Right? Making a 4th base, I think that's a good call. I think that's a great call overall. We have 4 High Templar on the way to having some Storm. As well as a Ghost Academy already on the way as well. So, you know what? Clem on the way to get that sorted. Getting ready for the mid game here. On both these plays. Let's look at the upgrades as well. It's kind of funny that both of them are doing the upgrades one by one. And they're kind of going up at the same time as well, so... Even with the weird aggression we've seen from both of these players, the upgrade's still pretty much in the same boat right now. Couple of stalkers want to see if there is or isn't a 4th base, but he may just get a little bit surrounded here. Oh, Gerald moving backwards. Getting a little bit flustered by the sudden appearance of all those Marines and Marauders there. Uses the recall, but I think he lost like 2 or maybe even 3 of his army units there. The Stalkers, that is. I guess I don't have to call them army units. I guess I could just call them by their name. This is why I don't have friends. I call them friend instead of by their name. Friends 1 through... who am I kidding? Friend 1. Observer will see this army coming in here with some nice positioning, overall awareness. So might be able to get some stuff sorted. There we go. That's a good storm already, right off the bat. Clem wasn't quite all set up just yet, and more storms do land. EMP's not quite making the mark right now, and it looks like maybe Clem will lose this battle overall? Question mark? No, actually he won't. Never mind. I absolutely lied. Oh, Disruptor though will come in here. Did you see that? Did you see that bloody dodge on that Disruptor shot? That was insanity to me. Like, I thought he was just walking back into it. Instead, it was, like, just on the verge of walking into it. He didn't lose a single unit. How does that happen? I don't know. It is bloody magic, indeed. My dear lord, he is so good. That isn't a fluke, guys. You might, like, see that one time and then be like, alright, yeah, well, yeah, you know, sometimes you have those moments where it just doesn't connect. I'm pretty sure he knows the timing of this. And he's like, alright, if I go now... I'm just barely not gonna get shot on anything here. I guess those were less impressive overall, but maybe he still had a little bit of his toes clenched there. But anyway, coming in right now, there's no shots remaining. No more dodging to do. And Clem takes game number 1 here. Welcome, friend, 2841. That's right. Son Lily calling Sushi out. He's my only friend. No. You have it all wrong. He's my employer. He's my he's my business partner. Overall, well, actually, I'm just a little bit of a person who likes to cast StarCraft 2, and I'm making use of him in a sense. Jackie Sushi. Who's Jackie Sushi? Is there another sushi in here? Ridiculous. There's 2 sushis. I'm not talking about you, Jackie Sushi. Just so you know, I'm talking about sushi. Not the food, the person that runs Alpha X pretty much about 6 hours every day. Pretty mad. He is pretty mad. Alright, anyway. That was a rough one for Gerald, I would say. He made some pretty good moves, but ultimately, I mean, what are you going to do against Clem? Here and there, of course, we definitely could say, right, that's where it kind of fell apart in a way. Tiny stuff, right? Seeing the Dark Templar run into the scan, that possibly could have done a little bit there with the... overall stuff. Just kind of getting some more delayed mining, maybe get some more SCV kills, stuff like that. Unfortunately, you know what? I think Clem just realized he had to pressure the other side of the map as well, and actually getting Gerald to make those mistakes. Very, very well played there overall by both these players. Honestly, Gerald's still making it a good series, managing to get a bit of damage done with those oracles at the start as well. He found himself in a pretty good position at that point in time, I would say, but ultimately when you're you know, wrestling a how do we even call this? When you're wrestling with a with a bull, let's just call it a bull, the French bull. Ultimately, right, maybe you're gonna grab the horns and you're gonna be like, all right, well, this is a moment where if I have enough power, I might be able to push him down on the ground or like lift him up over me. But instead, I mean, it's just a bull that you're holding the horns onto, and usually doesn't end well. Usually doesn't end well for you. Anyway. I'm not trying to diss Gerald here. It's just Clem is such an enormous force of nature that it is just overall going to be a scary thing over here to play against for every single person, I'd say. Right? Anyway, alright. Gerald. The Red Protoss right here from Poland, from Team Axon. Let's give it up for him, guys. Make your best fangirl noises right now. This is your cue to start the overall squealing and panting, because this man, I mean, he is an absolute beast. I know he has it in him. I know he can get some games off of the ever so frightful blue Terran here in the bottom left side from Team Liquid. He is Clem. But ultimately, if you do let these guys play like 1,000 games, what would the win percentage be here for Gerald? That is a good question. That is a good question, indeed. I think I need to see these guys play at least 100 games before I'm really willing to make a committed guess there, a guesstimate. But you know what? I don't think it's gonna favor him. You know, that's kind of what it comes down to. You know, another fun thing. Something like 35. Is that 35 games out of 1,000, or is that 35%? Because those are two completely different things. Alright, 35%. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Still a scary percentage though, overall. I think yesterday, what matchup did we have? We had Youth Thermal versus, who was he playing against again? Let me look this up real quick actually. Uno momento, as we do keep tabs on this Reaper for a second here. Alright, and he's out of there. Alright, good job. Observing job completed. One more notch under my belt. Namshar, of course, he was playing against Namshar. There we go. And yeah, I heard that Thermal has a 95% win rate against Namshar. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's what a guy in the chat said. So, you know what? Oh my god, what was that Reaper? What was that? You bring that Reaper back, Clem. That was not supposed to happen. That was we need to restart this game from replay. What in the... Did you guys see that? What happened there? He just jumped from right over here to here. Exactly, from here to here. What? Well. Cover me with a blanket and call me a goat. Or, you know what, actually, a goat means something else now, doesn't it? So... maybe like an ostrich or something like that. Call me an ostrich. Because I have gone bananas. The scouting here for Clem, again, being really on point, though. I mean, a previous game as well, right? Definitely working into his favor quite a bit here. I mean, Clem really, the full package is one of the things that makes him that scary overall. He doesn't just have impeccable micro, he has really good scouting, he knows what to do, stuff like this, great builds, yada yada. Yada, I'm I'm just such a fanboy, ain't I? I'm such a little Clem fanboy. There is a second Stargate on the way here, actually. That is rather interesting. Clem hasn't scouted that yet, so this could be an opportunity for Gerald to kind of catch him off guard. He's still making more of the Phoenixes, and this could be interesting, honestly. There is a bunker at the other side, but a single Cyclone and a Viking. I don't know if that's the amount that he's going to stay on to, because that's kind of the amount you would stay on to if you are going up against single Stargate opening, right? Just to kind of fend off the couple of the Phoenixes, maybe the 1 or 2, maybe even 3 Oracles that will appear. But usually nothing much more than that. If we have double Stargate Phoenix production, this could catch Clem off like an absolutely crazy amount. And let's see here, only 4 Phoenixes so far, so still nothing too mental. But you know what? Let's see if Clem will start to invest into more Vikings here. He's making more Marines, so I suppose that counts for something as well. But I'm expecting Medivacs right now. Medivacs. He doesn't have the money at the moment. He needs to upgrade. So upgrades are more important. That's right. And we have that 100 gas. There is the Phoenixes coming in again, though. So you know what? This might influence his decision overall. Seeing even more Phoenixes right now. Oh, it's still Medivacs. Alright. So, I called it. You're welcome. And after such a brilliant call, of course, you guys probably are asking yourself, Kozen, why are you even watching these games? Can't you just tell us what will happen? Can't you just look into your magic 8 ball, and then, which is your brain, and then tell us what will happen in all of these games? I'd say no. I'd say no. This is not a gift, it's a curse. I don't enjoy StarCraft anymore because I know all the outcomes of all the games. Right, well, with that little bit of humble brag out of the way, let's see if these Phoenixes will be able to match up against this army of Marines. He does have stim as well, but I mean, oh my dear lord, he's being so incredibly patient with the stim overall. He knows if he stims too much, those Medivacs will not have the energy to really facilitate a longer push here on the opposite side of the map. So he's trying to keep that at a minimum, a bare minimum right now. Gerald's making extended thermal lance. Okay, there we have a Colossi, Colossus right now. Did kill off the Viking, Gerald did, so that is a bonus now for that Colossus. The siege tank's not quite yet shooting the Nexus right here, so still has to figure something out for that as well. And a Disruptor on the way too. If I was a coach of Protoss players and they were playing against Clem, I would say just forget the Disruptor exists. You will never be able to hit Clem with a Disruptor shot. He is like a, it's like the, you know what, the opposite magnets kind of effect. Whenever you get close, all his units just get pushed away for some reason. I'm liking the double the double Widowmine trap as well there on the siege tanks. On the, I'm really starting to turn into a goat. Did you see that? I mean, he didn't even have to. Those units were gonna die anyway. He's just bloody muscle memorying his way through the Disruptor shots every single time. Absolutely ridiculous, preposterous, and his micro here, very well done as well. Just trying to gain as much value from those siege tanks as possible, trying to gain as much values from the Medivacs as possible as well. Another stim, had to stim away there. Oh, just, that was one unit, right? You guys are seeing this, no? You know how many Terrans would have just straight up died right now? Man. Alright, well, in comes Clem with the potentially final engagement right here. Already, as he is establishing a third base behind this as well. Already started mining out of that one. Clem the Invasion Master, that's right, yeah, man. He's the Illidan of StarCraft. Honestly, he's fully maxed out the evasion tree in the Warcraft 3 hero menu and applied it to disruptor shots. Well, I mean, it's just a question of whether or not one of the disruptor shots were hit right now, and well, I'm scared. I'm scared, guys. How is he doing this? How is Clem doing this? He must have sold his soul to the devil, right? Oh my god, it wasn't... He was cornered! He had nowhere to go. And he's like, you know what, I could pick up, but I don't have to. I know I don't have to. I'm just that good. I realize when I do, and I don't need to. More bio units coming in as reinforcements right now, and slowly whittling down Gerald's, I mean, to an absolute crisp right here. Clem will take game number 2 as well. GG. Well, it's actually just a G. Gerald, I mean, I feel his pain, man. I 100% feel his pain right here. That was... It's just preposterous. Like, those disruptors do things, I promise you, against other Terrans. They are absolutely lethal. And very often we see just one disruptor shot and then it's like, alright, well, the Terran's dead, isn't he? And it just doesn't happen versus Clem. And, you know what, if there's ever going to be a nerf on the overall Terran race again, I think it's going to be the overall ability to split, because Clem is making it look like that, you know. It's making it look like some weird cheating mechanic. All right, Gerald's versus Bly will be the next one. Okay, that one should be pretty darn cool as well. Gerald's and Bly. Let me take a look actually at the overall scores here as well for you fellas, and try to figure out if I can actually figure out what the overall status is of this tournament. Denver won 2 series as well. He managed to beat Bly and he managed to beat Gerald. So he is now second place right behind Clem, because Clem, not only did he win all his series, he didn't lose a single map just about yet. So I think that's going to be the question. Is Clem going to lose a single map before... at any point in time, actually. Alright, third place is Sol right now. And fourth and fifth are Bly and Gerald, both 2 games down. Now, that's... You know, it looks a little bit dangerous right here at the moment for Bly and Gerald both. Bly already has 1 point on the board, so that is nice. Gerald, unfortunately, losing 4 games in a row here. Now, overall, 4 games losing streak, it's not the biggest, but in a series like this, right, in the round robin, that could come to hurt you, as his overall map score is not going to be all that great right now. So Bly a little bit favored here, but you know what, it could come down to what happens with Bly and Gerald in this one, depending on who will still have a chance to move on through here. It also comes down to what Sol will be doing against Denver. Of course, that game is still going on, and we'll have to wait for that one to finish off here. Alright. Alright. GG. Everyone all around. Bly and Gerald. So yeah, guys, I guess I don't have much to talk about right now, except for, you know what, I think it's finally raining, actually. Let me check if it's actually finally raining. 1 second, please, as you guys get to watch another little thing here. Wait, they must be doing their vetoes, right? They must be. I think they will be, right? Unless if... Wait, it's Gerald. Is Gerald still playing? Gerald's not playing. All right. Bly, I don't think is playing either. Let me double check that. Bly on fire. Where are you, my man? There he is. Yeah. All right. So he's good too. All right. So yeah, Bly and Gerald will be vetoing right here. We'll wait for them to get that started. And I'm gonna play a quick sponsored message right here. Play the game. Also, one shout out to the Matcherino page, guys. We very much appreciate all the effort that you guys put in filling out those codes and doing a couple of quests here and there, right? It doesn't just help us, it actually does help the entire StarCraft 2 scene. I know I'm hammering on about it, and people that watch me more often probably get a little bit tired of it sometimes, but it's just really important overall to keep overall sponsors invested into this scene, and yeah, anyway, you're very much appreciated for helping out. Anyway, see you in a second. Is that a ladybug? I think it is. Why is he on my lamp, and why are you inside? Alright, anyway, 1 second. At least it's not a wasp.
Only a couple ghosts, though. 3 ghosts in the army of Kibion right now. It's not enough. It's not enough. Caustic Spray is doing so much damage for Ragnarok, and here we go. Ragnarok ready to engage. Gonna catch actually a really nice place here for Kibion, but oh man, the Neuroparasites from the backside. Ragnarok Neuroparasites every Thor, and with 4 Thors still Neuroparasited, Ragnarok is gonna close things out. 2-0. G. What a game.
It's still not raining. What kind of info are you looking for, Mr. Effects? Are you looking for the... What kind of info are you looking for, Mr. Effect? Cannot create game on an older version of the map. Try creating a game with the most recent version available. Interesting. Did Pillars of Gold actually... Is this map not working? I just played on this. This is very odd. This is very odd. Okay, so we're all restarting our StarCraft 2. Mr. Effect, you need to tell me what kind of info you're looking for. I have a boatload of info I could just splurge out right now, but then it, you know what, all of it may be wrong and you won't even get the info you're looking for. So, do hit me up. Do hit me up. All right. Whew. Whew. I'm a shiny man. It's so weird overall. We just played on that map and now 3 people at the same time are like, you can't host this map because it's outdated. Try playing on the most recent version of this map. It's so old. Imagine if that happens right now, because it is the map that they use for... Oh, okay, it's working now for... What was the saying? What's the saying on it? Something? I don't know. I forgot what I was talking about. But, oh yeah, I remember now. We were talking about the map. Suddenly, like, the map not working for, like, 3 people? That is very, very suspicious. Very suspicious. Imagine that not suddenly... Well, that suddenly being the case for the thingamajig. See if I can get Bly added to my friend list here. Cheeky friend invite. I'm just harvesting high level players right here on my friends list. Bly's an awesome guy though. I really love his confidence in this game. I really love his style in this game. I'm very excited to see his game play out right now. Because you know what? Gerald, overall, also one of those players that will be able to bring in his A game in these types of situations. He definitely can go up against some weird stuff. And he can go up against some other stuff as well. Clem is asking if we can start with Denver. If we could have Vitamin kind of coming in there into the chat rules over there. I don't know if you're still listening to me, Vitamin. But hey, if you are, Clem is looking for you in the in-game chat. Alright? So go check him out. Talk to him. Talk to him and be a good man. Otherwise, you know what? He'll never talk to us again anymore. And it will be all your fault. The Brazilians. The Brazilians. Except for Callizer. Always doing something. Except I guess Callizer is always doing something as well, actually. But he's an honorary Dutchman, so I don't know why I'm hating on Brazilians all of a sudden, or why I'm saying Vitamin is German sometimes. We all know he isn't. Alright, sorry guys. Anyway, in the bottom left side, there he is, Gerald, the red Protoss from Poland in Team Axon. Top right side, blue Zerg for, I'm gonna double check this. I wanna say... Ukraine, yeah, alright. Called it. Called it. From Ukraine, he is Razor Edge Gaming. Blah. Man, it's so cool, right? That Bly is on the same team as Zest. It's kind of interesting because, in a way, if you think about it, both Bly and Zest very, very creative players overall. Both kind of inventing their own playstyle, innovating the overall matchup in different ways. Zest maybe a little bit more successful with making everybody copy and paste his style and try to make it their own. Bly though, I mean, he is definitely one of those players that you can bank on to do some crazy stuff now and again. He loves to go in with his drone in the early game, right? Instead of having a hatchery block, having your Nexus block with a hatchery. That is just next level stuff. I really hope Vitamin got to climb there ultimately. We're seeing triple hatch here before any queens, so Bly really doesn't want to get blocked by any stretch of the imagination. Gerald still trying to get well, a block going here, but now seeing that there is that very quick third base, will decide to go for a quick Stargate in a response, and is gonna get himself a Stalker as well to boot in order to try and deny that scouting. Right, Mr. Effect, you've typed !info quite a while ago, and you stopped. You gave up at that moment in time, Mr. Effect. I'm not quite sure what made you give up entirely, but it did seem like you were after something here. I am still offering to help you out if you do give an explanation as to what type of info you were looking for. I know it's not as nice as just having a command where you can type info and then the info that you require just kind of appears, right? It takes a whole lot less effort and more effort to actually you know, put your overall desires to words, right? It's one of the most difficult things to do, honestly. It seems easy to do, but then when you actually try to do it, it can become rather a frustrating and tedious. You see what I mean? It's a difficult one. It's a difficult thing to do. Anyway, I believe in you. You can do it. Single Adept here already causing a bit of a stir in the Zerg base. And the Oracle will be joining in rather sooner than later as well. There we go. Getting some drone kills right now with this bad boy. No Spore Crawler whatsoever, so it's going to take a while before that is shooed away by the Queen. Killing all 5 workers, that is a reasonable amount. That Adept right there on the top left, I believe that one did get taken out though, so yeah. We're losing 1 Adept for 5 workers, 2 Zerglings and a Creep Tube. Now I'd say that is a pretty bang up job there by Gerald. Let's see if Gerald can carry this onwards to the next stage of the game as well. And maintain a good position here. And find a victory that way. Because, you know what, we've said it before, this one's pretty important to see which one of these players still will have a shot at just moving onwards, right? Advancing into the next round of this tournament. They really, both of these guys, need to get a couple of points on the board and hope that one of the other guys that are right now top tier boys to move through the next round mess up at some point somewhere. However unlikely that will be. We'll have to just keep our fingers crossed for these men. Lay attack on the way right now for Mr. Bly. We'll lose an Overlord overall, but you know what, he's still looking okay. He's still looking okay. Both these players seem like they will be in winnable positions. I'm liking Gerald's position overall slightly a little bit better, but not by a very large margin whatsoever either. Oh, I like this actually. Trying to get a Queen to commit to that Phoenix and then moving away with the Oracles. Very nice to see. Hi from Serbia. What's up? What's up, Silly03? How you doing? Hi from the Netherlands over here. How is Serbia doing right now? Are you also having a heat stroke in Serbia? I hope you don't. I hope you don't. Tell me what's happening over there. As I will try to continue onwards with my my overall explanation as to what kind of buildings these guys are building and try to kind of figure out where they want to take this overall. So yeah, Bly, I mean, I'm a little bit surprised with how much of a macro play he's doing right now. I know he has it in him, right? I know that is something he is very, very good at. As we can clearly see, right? Already going up to 5 bases right now, getting 2 more hatcheries right here, having a solid worker count 70, well actually never mind, that's 80 right now. Overall his upgrades, they're not that fantastic, but they're not too far behind of the ones that Gerald has unlocked, right? He's doing okay. Now going for a ton of roaches, I would believe, together with a roach warren. So he just went up to a boatload of drones at the start in order to really get that incredibly quick. Oh wait, hold up! That is in fact a Swarmhost on the production tab right there. I don't think that is a mistake. It could be a mistake, but I doubt it. I doubt that it is, right? That would be a big one, honestly, right now in this moment in time. It could still be, but I don't think it is. Yeah, there we go. More Swarmhosts right now. 9 of them in the production tab. I believe we already have 1 on the field. Yeah, so that's going to be a grand total. Or no, wait, actually we didn't. So, yeah, 9 in total. Okay, that could start doing some damage. We already have a Zergling here on the right side of the map, ready to pop that Nidus worm. And there it goes, murking out of the murky depths right now. Did Gerald... Oh my god, he just barely didn't see the Nidus worm there either. So this is going to be a little bit of a surprise. There we have it, the squealing screams of a Nidus worm. You have to wonder who they actually made, who they got to make that sound. what kind of animal they had to torture to make a sound like that. Anyway, the first wave of locusts comes in rather hot, already killing off 7 workers right now, killing off the cannon, and doing a pretty good job there as well with just kind of tying up those oracles and getting them to use a lot of energy as well. But Bly might still be in a little bit of trouble, right? His supply is really good, but a lot of that supply is stuck down into the Swarm Host. And other than that, I don't know. His army, well, I guess he still has a pretty good army here. The Banelings will not get a lot of work done. But I guess the Roaches should be able to deal with the overall Archons, and then the occasional wave of Locust might be able to kill off the Roaches. Oh, I'm sorry, the Immortals there. A warp in from Mr. Gerald there on the top right side, as he did clean up the Nidusworm with the Oracles as well. There is a Nidusworm that is being created a little bit further backwards right now. And there we have it. A quick scout though from Gerald, and actually he will be able to strand these Swarm Hosts here right now, and I wonder how many of these will go down by these Oracles there. One of them already a little bit out of energy, so he's really trying, and this is a good solid little moment here. Unfortunately, he will still lose quite a bit as well at the same time. Let's see how many Swarm Hosts. He got 4 of them. That's a solid amount overall, but will it be enough with the amount of losses that he's taken himself, right? He lost an Immortal, an Archon, 30 Zealots already here. He's 4th base as well, now under a lot of pressure. There is another Nidusworm coming up, so he will have the reinforcements of the Swarm Host if he does so desire. I know it's a little for some countries, but not for us, because there's only a few of us. 7 million. Okay, yeah, that is actually that's a large percentage of your people then. That's a big percentage. You need to start really watching out with not just kind of letting that snowball into the absolute ridiculousness, which it might already be at, actually. Come to think about it. Alright, Bly did manage to clean up that Nexus. That's a big swing into his favor, of course. Especially considering that he's the one being aggressive in mostly ground units. Not even really making that much use of the overall Swarm Host. He got some value here and there, right? Gaining some kills from the army units. I guess he got a good amount of probe kills as well to start, but it feels like most of this is just being accomplished by the ground force here by Bly. It's a lot of Banelings that just blew up onto those Archons right now. Okay, Bly is committing and moving backwards. Probably the right choice there for sure. But Gerald's, I mean, losing that base was really, really tough. Don't get me wrong, that's a nasty one. That one's definitely going to sting him if he does lose this match. But ultimately, his overall supply is still looking good, right? He has a strong army, he has a potent force. A good amount of those Archons will be able to deal with the Locust fairly easily. Oh, okay, well, GG, well played. No, wait, is this a tap out, or is that just well played because he lost the Immortal? Okay, I think that is okay. That scared me a little bit there. Banelings coming in right now on this right side. At the same time, oh, nice block there again on the Archon. Good blink as well, catching those. Right, so really laying down the aggression on that right side. So he does provide a little bit of an opportunity here on the left side as well for this army to try and kill off that Nexus one more time here. That's what he's going for, building Banelings behind this in case he does need it to cover his retreat. Off he goes, those Banelings looking pretty juicy so far. Don't want to go into all those Archons though. That's never a valuable trade overall, but I think he may be okay nonetheless. He had such a massive economic advantage now for such a long time. I mean, look at this. This is just one big blue Himalayan resort park for Bly in that income grab. Yeah, America really isn't doing all that well, is it? I wonder why that is. Although if you look at the interview, Trump says it's okay, so it's probably okay, right? If you look at the numbers, if you read the books, right? You gotta read the books. It's all in the books, guys. Just read them. This was such a funny interview. Anyway, Gerald now, I mean, suddenly with a massive army lead here, he has a very, very strong force, especially considering that he's still fighting against mainly the Roaches and the Ravagers here. Bly could be in a bit of trouble with this first game, kind of slowly but surely starting to roll into Gerald's favor, right? Oh, if he gets that Greater Spire, he won't, but oh, imagine if he did. Killing off 11 works instead, though. Pretty nice as well. Not as great as killing off the Greater Spire, but still pretty solid here. And Bly, okay, finally starting to mine off of that 4th base here. I mean, he was on 5th base for a while, but okay, I guess he did mine here quite a bit. But he didn't mine a lot on the other base. Definitely has me a little bit worried here overall for Bly. That, you know what, even though we had such a massive advantage, right now it's starting to slowly go back to Gerald's favor as well, as Gerald just took out that base. Gerald as well, getting that 4th base now, finally not letting it die in the first attack there by Bly, who has been absolutely relentless with those attacks though, of course, to be fair. Alright. Brute Lords also coming across right now. That could be one of those game-ending moves. We'll have to wait and see. Quick reaction here from Bly. Already had some stuff there, but also moving them as quickly as he can into the right position here. And oh my dear lord, okay. Gerald is actually committing here on a couple of fronts. There's Zealots on the right side. They do get intercepted by those Roaches. The army of Bly just looks very, very strong right now as the Zerglings manage to once again get into the worker line here. Gerald really, really doesn't want to lose this base right now. Keeps that cannon alive though, thanks due to the shield battery. But this is just overall trouble, it seems. The Roaches on the right side also have arrived ultimately on this location, and as the army of Gerald is pushing into that location, Banelings, Zerglings, and Roaches all come in on the right, on the left side. I don't think it's quite enough just yet, though. Nice storms overall. The Tempest also working in the favor here for Gerald. I wonder for how long those will be. How long that will be the case, though. I'm pretty sure he's trying to use the Tempest against the Brute Lord tech here. Not really anything else in particular, but you know what? He is getting some value out of them, so props to him for going for a unit that, you know, isn't always as praised as much as it perhaps should be. But, well, maybe one of these games, maybe this game right here, will kind of showcase to us the value of those Tempest. Alright, Gerald pushing in again, will kill that base, not a cancel whatsoever. Sending in Zealots on the left side as well. I think, you know what, Bly might just be a little bit running on empty. Those Banelings doing a bang-up job right now with keeping those Zealots away from the location where they wanted to go initially. Now sending them backwards. That's Gerald's here. Alright, here we go. Does turn around a little bit here. I suppose it doesn't matter that much that he is losing that fight on the right side, as he's just killing pretty much the entire economy of Bly right now. Bly, look at this mining that he still has going on. There's no minerals here. There's no minerals here. This is really the one base that he has, and that just has been taken out. So Bly needs to consider pulling a lot of drones there, but he only has 30 some drones right now. And GG. All right, let me see. Next time, if you say well played, leave. It's the same as GG, you know. Yeah, I thought the same, actually. I got very confused myself. I like Bly. Bly just spitting truth right there. But it was well played because he lost the immortal due to the single swarm host, I believe, that came out of the Nidus worm, and took it out just like that, easy peasy. Is he joking, right? It's hard to say. He's like, no, that was accept lose. Alright. I think Bly is a little bit in the works for that one, but I hope this isn't an actual thing. He's now like, no, Gerald said well played. He lost that game. I don't think it is, right? I think he's just kind of having a fun time overall. I couldn't understand why he was still in the game because I stopped playing. ... Alright. He's really trying to just pull our tail here. He's trying to pull our tail. Alright, go. Good luck, have fun to both these players. It was a bad bet. I bet for Bly, that's right. He made his bet, and now he has to bet in it. Now he has to bet on it more. Oh well. We're going into game number 2. Let's see if this one works out better for Mr. Bly. Maybe he will be able to show some of his trademark Bly builds. We'll have to wait and see. But Gerald finally being able to catch a little bit of a breather here and get himself a point on the board, right? That is always a great thing. Let me... I gave it to the wrong person. I'm sorry. Alright, there we go. Gerald. The first points that he has acquired throughout this entire tournament so far. Still has a long way to go here. Still has to win this series, I would say, and has to win the next one as well. And then it's going to come down to actually, who does he have to play the next one? Let me try to figure this out here. Okay, so he has to play against Seoul. Seoul right now playing against Denver. Let me see if that already finished up. Actually. Alright, yeah, so Seoul lost against Denver here. This is a opportunity for Gerald. Indeed, if he wins this series 2-0, that would be fantastic for him. Same probably goes for Bly, of course. If he wins this 2-1, it's going to be a great job for him. They still have a shot here. Bly, after this one, still has to fight against Clem, so that is a little bit rough, right? We'll need to win that one as well, I believe, to still move on through. Yeah, he does, because if he wins this, he's just going to have 1 point on the boards. So yeah, alright, so just kind of looking at this, Bly needs to win this series, and then he needs to win the next one. If he loses this series, he's pretty much already out. So this is absolutely Bly on the line right now. Gerald, same for him. He needs to win this series, and then he needs to win against Seoul as well after this one. There's no chance in hell for Gerald to advance anymore. If he doesn't win this... Actually, wait, is that a lie? It may be a lie, actually. Hold up. Because he already got 1 point on the board, right? So also with one... No, he has 3 points on the board, so... Yeah. He's not going to win anymore through overall map scores. So, anyway, yeah, let's hope that Gerald, for his sake, wins this one. Let's hope that Bly wins this one for his sake. Whoever you're cheering for, alright? We're trying to be impartial here. Why stream isn't Twitch? Well, the stream here is being done on Trovo, because Trovo, you know what, we're trying out some new stuff here. Trovo definitely gives a lot of opportunities to new smaller streams overall. They're doing a little bit of a similar thing as to, what was that other platform called? That is no longer a thing. I don't know, it's no longer a thing, but anyway. But instead of buying out like really big streamers to be exclusive on their platform, They're just trying to get the smaller streamers, right? That have continuous nice amounts of viewers onto that platform, and they are delivering with some nice money overall. And no, I don't think it was called that. Pretty sure it's the platform that shall not be named anymore. Don't say his name. Don't say his name. It did get shut down. I'm pretty sure it did. I know some people that are quite bummed out about it, because they were getting some good deals from Mixer. But yeah, as long as we can get some good deals from Trovo, we're gonna do good deals from Trovo. That's just how it works, guys. That's how the cookie crumbles. We go to where whoever supports us wants us to go. And I doubt you guys can put as much money as Trovo in. If you do, well, count your lucky stars, because that will just get us right back onto whichever platform you would desire to see us on. But until that moment in time, we have mouths to feed, baby. Right, I haven't even introduced these guys just yet. In the bottom left side, there's a red Zerg player fighting from the Ukraine. He is Razor Edge Gaming. Bly. Top right side, a blue Protoss fighting for Team Axon. He's the Polish man. He is Gerald. What's he going for? Alright, so he got this. He didn't get any upgrades from his Twilight. Oh, right, it's because he has a Dark Shrine. It's because he has a Dark Shrine. Of course he does. Trying to get away from this Zergling right now with the War Prison is not gonna work out for him so far. So he's just gonna warp in these DTs right on top of the base of Bly. But Bly does have Spore Crawlers already, so it shouldn't be a walk in the park here for Gerald whatsoever. He's still gonna try. Maybe he will get some nice oh no, wait, there's an Overseer now. Alright, does still get away with all of those Dark Templars. I almost called them Dark Zealots. Oh my god, Bly. Bly, I love this. I love this. This is so underutilized overall here. Man, we just don't see this anymore, you know? Just Overlords on top of those expansions, spitting the goo. Gerald's like, oh, that's fine. I'll just go to the other one. And the other one, Bly says... That's right. I'm here as well, baby. It's my twin brother. Billy and Willy, the two Overlords, ready to cause trouble for the Protoss. This is a weird fight. That's a lot of Zerglings right now running across the map here. A lot of Roaches as well being created. 6 of them in total right now. We're not seeing a crazy amount of Overlords, so I'm not expecting an all-in here from Bly whatsoever. He's still making more drones. There we go. Also, of course, we saw the Baneling Nest on the way, so not that big of a chance that he does go for something super aggressive right now. And yeah, just look at the amount of delay this is getting, right? Especially with those Zerglings there as well. Making sure that he needs to bring these Archons back to deal with the Overlords. Because otherwise the Stalkers are just gonna get hung up on the by the Zerglings. Hi. Hey for Gerald's not 3 Nexus. Wait, what? What's this? I think there's some typos there. Or maybe just one that made it impossible for me to understand. Because I'm just not good with typos. Somebody said they hung flies in their room earlier today. And I actually believed him. I was like, oh yeah, of course you somehow lasso a fly mid-air and then you just string him up. That's, yeah, okay. That's a thing, I know. Yeah, of course. I can't do it, but I'm sure you can, so... Alright, Gerald is moving across the map here. He still has a pretty good force, right? Has the 2 more Archons in that War Prism right now. This is actually quite a dedicated attack. A lot of charge slots, a lot of Archons, and some Immortals mixed in as well. Let's see how this will unfold. Needs to spread out those Zealots. Yeah, do not want to let all those Zealots be on top of the Banelings right now. In we go. Archons also nice and spread out evenly. Great pickups on that Warperson. Needs to be careful. Just put the more hurt Archons in the back right now. Get yourself a bit more value out of those bad boys. More Zealots have to be warped in though, because the Ravager's still doing a bang-up job right now. But it's just barely not enough. That one Zealot warp in now being able to mitigate more damage being dealt by Gerald, as Gerald is pushing forwards, looking for at least one hatchery kill here. Or a ton of drone kills. He's kind of standing still, but that has a good reason. He is still trying to get more Zealots out on the field. Has the, you know what, overall advantage of being in the same place as your production doesn't quite qualify for Protoss, of course. They can have their production wherever the hell they fancy. Well, taking a boatload of damage on the Banelings there, though. Well, from the Banelings on those Zealots. So now we have to be a little bit wary, and I think that may be the end of the overall aggression. And ultimately, I mean, Gerald, how many workers did he kill? He killed 4 of them. He killed 4 workers during all of this. That's not a lot, and we may just be coming to a conclusion here if Blight does decide to just move across the map and absolutely slam down this counter-attack, down Gerald's throat, which I'm pretty sure he will do. He's making a lot of Banelings, a lot more Roaches and Ravagers as well. +2 melee attack is on the way, sure, but I'm not quite sure if he's going to need it. If he does move in right here, right now, guys, I think we may be going into the ace match between these two fellas. Here we are, Roaches, Ravagers trying to gun down those Archons. The Banelings just being here, ready to jump on top of any Zealot that will try to come in as well. And they have it. You know what? Bly doing an absolute bang-up job once again. We'll get on top of this. And yeah, I mean, we saw the reinforcements for Bly still making do, but there's just not enough there for Gerald to do anymore. Bly had a ton of overall larvae to work with, and that really wasn't quite there for Gerald, of course, because he has gateways instead of larvae, which don't work in the same way, as I've been told. Anyway, Gerald and Bly, yeah, there we go, game number 3. No offensive, well played this time around. But that was a GG in the end, wasn't there? Was there? I don't even know anymore. Oh, the fan of sweet, cool breeze. I'm gonna have to check the weather reports actually, because I think after today I have lost my all of the faith I ever put into the weather reports here. It's at 90%, 90% chance of rain. Well, good job with that one. I was so much looking forward to this. I really wanted it to rain. I am so tired of this heat. Just bring me some cool water from the sky. Frustration. Anyway, you know who else is probably a little bit frustrated losing that game right here? The Blue Protoss. He is none other than the Polish player from Team Exxon. He is Gerald. Bottom left side there, he is the Red Zerg player. He is Razor Edge Gaming's Ukrainian. He is Bly. It's been super rainy where you are at this entire week. Well, I am jealous as all can be, because I mean, I don't even know. It's like that. I'm looking at the like we have a little radar on our phone app thingamajig. I don't know what it's called in the English, or if there's an English equivalent, but it shows you the rain clouds, right, and how they are looking to kind of traverse over the area. They were red, like there was this huge red blob of everything, and then all of a sudden I'm looking back on it, and apparently all of those red blobs just kind of vanished, up and vanished, and now they're going into Germany. So it looks like those Germans just get all the good weather, don't they? All the time. Anyway, it's like it teleported. It's like these clouds developed Blink as an upgrade. Blizzard needs to stop giving all sorts of stuff Blink. I know the Dark Templar got it now, and that's okay. It's pretty cool, I admit, but I mean, to give them to rain clouds too, that's just rude. It's unnecessary, and an unnecessary amount of money probably went into that as well. Well, we could have had Diablo 4, we could have StarCraft 3. No, they're busy making clouds blink through the sky. What is that about? Alright, well, that's enough of me and overall being bothered by the weather right now. I suppose. We'll come back to around it at some other point in time. Oh my god. If only that was some thunderstorm. In fact, it was just a man on a motorcycle, which again kind of indicates, you know, it's good weather outside. Anyway, Stargate will be coming in here. I think these Zerglings right here will get the scout off. At least they should. Will be very odd if they don't at this moment in time. There we go. We'll see this one. He's gonna click on it, right? I'm pretty sure he clicks on it. I hope he clicks on it. He clicked on it so quickly that I didn't quite see the click happen there. Alright. Now, what are these two boys up to? What are these two boys up to? Two gateways. Yes. Alright. Spore crawlers on the way. Well, actually, just a single one. I mean, he did see it is a Stargate opening, right? Probably should start the spore crawlers right about now. I guess he does have 3 queens, but is this a little bit? Okay, there we are. There is the other 2 spore crawlers, but there's the Oracle also already on the way. It will start off at the main base, which is an absolute enormous benefit here for Bly, who has the 3 queens rolling in from the 2 bases here. He shuts them down rather nicely. And now the Oracle will just be condemned with cleanup duty of the Creep Tumis. Unlucky. Unlucky. There was a dead Overlord there, though. At least we got to see that go down. 2 adepts here. They died. You're welcome for that stellar observing there. Okay. Uh-oh. Quickly, lift them up! If we lift at least one of them up, we may be able to get it. It's a nice cancel there again by Bly. You don't really very often see this amount of Zerglings get a lot of done on the other side of the map, but you know what? Bly definitely making them pay for themselves. Finding great opportunities quite often here. Great stuff indeed. Fourth base for Bly on the way as well. As a third base for Gerald, of course. Only now getting himself the Twilight Council. A lot of gateways being added, but also a forge. On the other hand, Bly, we're not seeing really a committal to any type of layer attack just quite yet. There's no Spire, there's no infestation pits. I don't even think we have... Okay, we have the single Evo chamber. Right, that is getting himself the melee attack. Oh, wait, there we go. That is... No, that's actually a macro hatchery, so... Huh. You know what, if I didn't know any better, I would almost say that Bly is prepping for some sort of an attack here. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. It's just that he's not really getting any other tech, right? Which I feel like this would be the time right about now. He is getting a Baneling Nest though. Okay, maybe this changed my mind, but that's a lot of roaches on the production queue. 15 of them. Is that an amount that's kind of screaming, I want to get busy with an attack pretty soon? It could be. He scouts, he only sees the one adept right here, so that may be a good indicator for him to be like, you know what, I should do probably just attack. I probably should, right? Probably should just make a ton of roaches right now and then just move across the map here. But he went back into drones as well. He's getting +2 melee attack. So you know what, I think this is honestly just a safety amount of roaches. No, never mind, he's going. He's off. Alright, good. Good. I like this. I like this a lot better than just sitting back here with a ton of roaches that aren't really paying for themselves. So let's see if he will be able to get a kill on the onto the 4th base as well as he did with the 3rd base. Even though that was a cancel, it still kind of feels like a kill, you know, when you are delayed that much, like that, a crazy amount. Right, we gotta be careful here as Gerald is looking for a proper defensive setup. Bly will be oh, sorry. He is looking for that 4th base and gets the cancel there, but was that worth it? Was that all you had to do here? I'm not completely certain because he only just now has his own 4th base rolling, right? His army supply about like 20% upwards, but again, right, roaches, ravagers, always inflating the entire thing. Banelings here will take off quite a bit of attention here for Gerald, who is moving away with all those probes. Wobbs in a Stalker that does manage to hold off the onslaught, but now we still have the roaches and the ravagers here actually. Banelings as well coming on in. Is that still some sort of an answer here for Gerald? That status trap may actually be his one ticket here for salvation. The Immortal attacking some Zerglings there. That is a bit unfortunate, but I mean, this is a very, very difficult situation here for Gerald as he has to micro on about 3 fronts at the same time. Multiple units and still warp in more stuff as well at the same time, of course, yeah. When, if you were to warp in stuff on the 4th base, that would be an absolute death sentence. He does manage to hold on for a little bit, but Bly behind this, right? Getting 20 more roaches. Getting the Great Aspire as well. 14 links. He may just be looking for the final push here in a moment. And if that will not be the case, at least if he does damage, he should be able to quite comfortably get himself into the Great Aspire attack. And with the Broodlords, I mean, we're already kind of seeing the final straws being absolutely destroyed here by Bly, as Gerald is just still trying to grasp at them. He's just, you know what, grasping straws that have holes in them. They've been like squeezed together for too long and now they're really flat or something like that. Anyway, GG is called. Gerald loses game number 3 and that means Bly will move on with a victory here. He doesn't move on just quite yet. That is not the parts here, but what that does mean is that unfortunately Gerald, he will take last place here, I believe, overall, unfortunately. So yeah, let's see though. I mean, Bly will still have to go up against Clem. If he does manage to beat Clem and Gerald beats Sol, then Bly still manages to move onwards. But yeah, it comes down to Gerald and Sol as well, I believe. As Bly here he did do okay there. He did do all right. He managed to get a victory on the board, so that is always nice to see. Anyway, we're moving onwards with Clem versus Bly, if that is ready to start here. Let me refresh this overall. The brackets. Yeah, Clem already beat Denver there with an 0-2. Again, not losing a single map right now. Will Bly be able to beat Clem though? That's the real question, I suppose, right? Bly not having the best of days. He did manage to beat Gerald ultimately. So that did go into his favor. But, I mean, Clem, that's a whole different beast, isn't it? We'll have to wait and see. what he can get done. Maybe finally we'll be able to get to witness some real Bly action, right? The cheesiness of the cheesiness seeping down of the cheese sandwich. That is covered with a cheesecake that is made with cheese utensils. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Anyway, I hope there's going to be a lot of cheese. That's what I'm saying, basically. Clem versus Bly. Come on. Come on. All right. I think I'm going to mention this one more time here, guys, actually. Just a quick shout out, as these will be the final videos that we're doing right here. We have a Matcherino page. A Matcherino page is down below in the comment section. If you go to that website, you take the code with you, you will be able to find a nice way of adding money to the series right here without actually having to pay money, right? Another way to do it is by just being on the website and filling out a couple of those quests. The quest as well, very, very useful overall for the StarCraft 2 scene. So if you are, feeling like you wanna feel better about yourself, right? Maybe you're down in the slumps, maybe you don't feel that great about yourself. Just doing a couple of quests on Matcherino, overall, you're gonna make my day at least. And also, you know what? It's a boon for StarCraft 2 in general. Other than that, we have a link as well with the where you can download Total War Troy. It can be downloaded for free, and if you do that actually through our link as well, that will in fact also support us. We're trying to kind of prove ourselves to the industry, right? To sponsors in particular, and we'll have to see what it brings. All right. Anyway, I hope none of you really got to read that. Oh, I probably should have put myself on. Probably should have put myself on busy right now. All right. Alright. I'm just gonna wait for that message to fade. And then we'll continue onwards. Ah, it should be fine. It should be fine. In the top right side, there is a red Terran player. He is absolutely terrifying. He is an absolute beast. He is none other than Team Liquid's Clem. Bottom left side, there is a blue Zerg. Managing to just barely scrape a victory again backwards onto his sides there in that previous game. Will he be able to do it again? He's the Ukrainian. He is from Razor Edge, Bly. This is going to be one tough cookie to beat, though. I mean, if there's somebody favored in this tournament, let me see who else in this tournament. Alright, other than MaxPax, this will be the guy to look out for, I would say. I mean, we have MaxPax and then we have Clem, right? They're two youngsters, really, isn't it? That's terrifying. Is StarCraft 2 actually one of the games that you just have to play when you're really young? Is that why I'm always losing? Is that why? Was I just not motivated enough in my heyday? Back when little Kozen was running around in his teenage underwear, trying to, I don't know, buy adult underwear, because I think that's a thing at the time. I don't know. Anyway, where am I taking this? I don't know. Why am I talking about underwear? I don't know. Honestly, I wish I hadn't brought it up, because it really doesn't have any real impact on anything that happens at any point in time, and I hope you guys believe me. Although, you know what, I feel like the more I hammer on about this not being a thing, the more you guys are thinking it was a thing when it really wasn't. And, well, I hope you guys realize this. Alright, anyway. So yeah, Clem will be able to get a little bit of a block off here on that third base. Ooh, Curie helping out with the Maturino. Thank you, my man. Look at that. People always helping out. What a man. What a man, what a man, what a man. Alright, so yeah, Clem going for those Hellions. Starport as well to boot. I would be expecting Banshees actually as a little bit of a play here. Honestly, I think that's the best way to play against Blight in this situation, right? Just get yourself sorted with the early game defense. Get those Hellions, get the Banshees as well, and that should be the way to do it. Is it just me, or do Clem's Reapers always just kind of, you know what, make them be a little bit of a showboat, right? Just kind of show off by how far they can jump on these little corners here. He did the same thing against Gerald. And somehow got his Reaper past like a Gateway and a Cybercore. Just by like being like, whoa, over there to that side. Anyway. Oh, this is a nice one. Getting a little bit of a delay on that supply depot. Doesn't quite supply block Clem though. Blight still a valiant effort overall. You know what? Getting a bit more scouting information as to what is coming in here. Having that Overlord right now in the main base of Clem. There we are. Sees the tech lab producing most likely stim. And sees that there's just a single unit being built from the starport. So that could be another Viking. That's very unlikely. It could be a single medevac, I suppose, or like a Hellion drop. Maybe that could be a thing. But you know what, a Liberator may be the most obvious, I would say. 2 more Hellions here as well. Burn, baby, burn. I don't know what to say, guys. This is, I mean, well, how did this happen? I'm just kind of looking at it and I'm like, wait, but how? How did this happen? That's 18 workers. The Hellions are still going as well. They're still denying mining in this main base. Clem? Oh, he's gonna get out, isn't he? Oh, he's gonna get more drones. How is this happening? It's like a feverish dream right now. You know those dreams where you're in your underwear? No, when you're like you're trying to get somewhere and you're late, and then like something else happens, and then you're like, you know, it's a tiny thing, but then you look on the clock and suddenly it's like an hour later, and you're like, oh my god, I'm super late now, and then you like, you're like, but I still need to tie my shoes. Oh god, where's my shoes? I can't find my shoes, and now I can find the shoehorn, and now where the shoehorn is, I don't know. I need to call somebody to figure out where the shoehorn is. And then when you figure out where the shoehorn is, and you put on your shoes, you look at the clock again, and you're like, oh my god, it's 2 hours late right now. And then you're like, should I even still go? Oh well, I guess I have to. I probably should message them or something, try to figure out, you know, apologize that I'm gonna be late, and then as you're trying to figure out on your phone who to message and stuff like this, who was I talking to again, where do I need to go, you're like, alright, well, it's, and you finally figure it out, you finally send a message, and then you look at the clock and you're like, oh my god, another hour went by, and it just keeps getting worse and worse, no matter how hard you try. Anyway, that's kind of how that felt to me in a sense. But you know what? It was Hellions versus drones instead of me versus a clock. And there we have it. GG is called. Clem. I mean, does it really need explanation? Does it really need an explanation from me, guys? Can I actually explain Clem overall in a proper way without making me look like an absolute fool? Is there a actual way for me to describe what Clem is doing exactly, which makes him the best player? Well, one of the best players in the world right now. I'm not sure I can. It's a rough one. It's a rough one to do. And you know what? I think if I would try, it would just make me look like an idiot. And I can do that in so many ways that are a lot more entertaining than trying to describe why Clem actually is beating absolutely everyone right now. But yeah, manages to beat Bly there, though. So, at least one game, right? Maybe this time around we are going to get some creative nonsense out of Bly, but it did appear like Clem was already kind of prepping for something of that to be the occasion. Going for the tech lab, going, well, close to the starboards, going for the reactor factory. He didn't actually go for benches this time around, but I feel like maybe he would have if he saw that there wasn't a third base on the way, perhaps, or if he was being a little bit suspicious of Bly perhaps going for some cheeky play there. Anyway, but that's just all a little bit C-say, right? It's not hearsay because he didn't really told me. It was more so C-say because I saw something and then I said something about it. Which I guess you could say about most things, but oh my god, I'm really digging a lot of holes for myself today, ain't I? Alright, in the bottom left side, we have ourselves a blue Terran player. He's fighting for, well, not from, well, I guess I can save this actually. Hold up, this sentence can be salvaged. He's fighting from France, and he's fighting for Team Liquid. He is Clem. Top right side, there he is, the red Zerg fighting for Raise Your Edge Gaming. He's the Ukrainian. He is Bly. Still not a single proxy hatchery. I don't know what has become of this man, but I expected more. I expected more proxy hatcheries here from him. I guess when you're playing against some scary opponents here and there, maybe you don't just want to bank it all on just going with an all-in, right? Maybe, I mean, in Bly, overall, he is absolutely fine in those macro games. He knows how to play them. He does it very well. And I would say he does manage to take games off of anyone on a good day, right? Maybe some players a little bit less often than other players, but on a good day, I would say he has a chance against anyone to take a map off of them. To win 2 games in a row versus Clem, though, that could be tricky. That could definitely be tricky. But if he does manage to do it, it will be through some incredibly clever play. Because Bly, overall, he is a smart guy, guys. He knows how to make things happen. He knows how to be creative with the units, with the tools that he has. And I'm hoping to have a little bit of a show here with something happening of that sorts. Although so far, you know what, Bly really just being the macro player here today. Which is one of those things people say, right? The best way for a cheeser to cheese is by going macro. Although, well, I guess versus... I'm saying this now, actually, but looking back on that series versus Gerald, he did go for a couple of all-ins there. It wasn't as cheesy as I would expect him to, right? It wasn't like a proxy hatchery into something else, but it was still a lot of roaches at an earlier time. With Ravages, maybe, as well, and some Banelings, but still. Aggressive, but not cheesy, I would say, right? I think that's a good way to describe it. Maybe like a really old cheese because it took so long to make it happen. Alright, Reaper will manage to get a reasonable scout off here, right? Got to see a good percentage of the overall Zerg base. Got to see a good amount of the worker count too. So he knows there's no Zerglings being pulled up. He knows there's no roaches being pulled up right now. Something like that. He knows that the drone production is going pretty strong here. He didn't see the lay attack being created though, right? No, okay, so that is still one little blind spot there. doesn't know about this, but he could start to get a little bit of an inclination as he doesn't see a third base just quite yet of Bly, who has been getting those third bases a lot earlier here today so far. By the way, guys, this is actually, before I forget, this will be the final best of 3 of today here, so let's hope Bly still makes it a good showing. He still does manage to get a good game here, going into his favor. He will go for a quick lay attack. In a lay attack, I'm expecting Mutalisk overall, which wouldn't be too bad against what Clem is going for, right? He's going for those Banshees, so... There we are, that is the Spire. But I'm not quite sure how many Banshees Clem is going to produce. Maybe it's just a single... Yeah, okay, it's actually just a singular Banshee right now. Trying to be prepared against some sort of a ground attack, perhaps. While also still having a tool to scout with, do a little bit of damage with, and all that good jazz overall. Alright, this is going to be it again here, guys. Clem, I don't know how he does it, but all those units are so low right now, yet they're all still alive, and they're still alive, even though the queens... These queens are shooting them, right? I'm seeing them use their shooting ability. Okay, there we go. Reality kicked back in, but still 12... Oh my god, 13... Alright, 13 workers do go down here, again for Bly, putting him down to 34 versus 48. Ay, 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 ay. I guess he is getting himself +1 now for the Mutalisk, but having to replenish all those drones will not be able to really make any Mutalisk at this moment in time, as he's kind of starving for minerals. So that's going to be quite a delay. And of course, well, Clem managed to get a scout off here on that Spire as well. Didn't quite see it pop, but I'm, you know, knowing... Oh wow, he is actually listening to a French commentator. I wonder if we can see something else, or here's something else again from that Frenchman. Something that I've never quite figured out, like, you know how the thing gives you a warning when you're not looking at your workers? If you're like observing somebody, right? And you're doing this, so you have that vision. Will it make this sound when I'm not watching, or is that based on when Clem is not watching, when that sound happens? Am I putting a... Am I saying this correctly? Am I making a proper question here? Want me! Alright. Nice. Clem actually getting absolutely obliterated here with the follow-up attack. Previous time this just kind of killed Bly, but this time around not quite happening. And you know what, Bly, that's very impressive, seeing how much worker damage he lost there. I really wasn't expecting him to be able to get that much stuff on the board anymore, and really put that up that much of a clean fight here. He only lost 4 Mutalisk in total doing that. Maybe a couple more of the Zerglings overall, but yeah, very, very thoroughly impressed here by Bly. Finding the right decisions there at the right time. We'll find that Banshee as well. A little bit of a fortunate case of events, but hey, that happens with StarCraft 2 sometimes. That's the way this game works. Look at how smart he was as well, already sending a single medevac into that main base, ready, filled up with Marines. He knows that if the Mutalisks come here, it's very likely they'll bounce in between these two bases, so he already prepped for that in advance. It's just a brainy player overall, isn't he? Just has so little to do in his opinion that he's like, you know what, I can start doing things for the future already. No problem. No problem. Ah, it does lose the siege tank though. Was I speaking out of turn? Perhaps I was, as the Marines right now were moving away from the location just when they were necessary there. There is quite a bit of damage here being achieved by Bly, honestly. And yeah, Clem overall lost more resources and well, in the gas and the mineral departments rather than Bly. And Bly, you know what, only 13 workers in total died there. I thought there was a little bit more. It felt like a lot more. How many Hellions was that? 6, so that was definitely worth it. Definitely put Clem on a good spot, but then Bly taking a couple of good fights, and now I'm starting to get a little bit worried. Not entirely though, because you know what, it is still Clem. He still has an army lead. He still has a good amount, a healthy amount of workers overall. But I would say with how that opens up, Bly put himself in a pretty darn good position here for, well, for the kind of the ropes that were given to him. Still finding a nice couple of opportunities here. Cleaning up those Marines. Yep, you don't want to go there. It's like, let me try. No, never mind. Never mind. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just came up with an idea. I want to have a mod where Mutalisk, they make chicken noises. Whenever you have them selected, like, it's just this big chicken roost. It's just like making a ton of noise. And it's like super annoying. And then, like, when you're playing against them, whenever they get close, like, you can slowly start hearing the sound getting louder and louder when it's coming closer to your screen. It's like some sort of a warning when Mutalisks are coming near. Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun. A little bit too much fun, probably. Nobody would like this. I also had this other idea about having, like, a tournament, but where maybe I should just do it with show matches or something like that. But where I have drunk players together in the same voice channel. Right, it doesn't just become about overall StarCraft 2, but at the same time, just kind of the two guys talking to one another and trying to, well, maybe instill fear, maybe just kind of throw them off with talking and just having conversations at the same time. And then maybe me in the middle, just kind of trying to poke and incentivize overall communications from the two, so they don't just, you know, go quiet. I think that could be fun. I think that could be fun. Okay, Clem is actually controlling two sides of the map here pretty nicely so far, but Bly will do a little bit better on the left side. The right side, still a lot of banelings there, so Clem needs to just spread out a very nice spread. That would have absolutely killed me straight up right then and there. I would have lost absolutely everything, but Clem too good to let something like that happen. Again here, a wonderful split and not losing much of anything against the banelings. Small circlings and the Mutalisk are coming in here right now, targeting with the Thor onto those muds. And Bly once again will clean up, but he did lose 12 workers in total. It's not the worst case scenario. Overall, it could be a lot worse, right? Still on 73 workers right now. Still has all those bases going. But at the same time, we're seeing Clem also kind of having the same amount of bases here. He has actually a couple more workers. He has a good solid army supply. So this is getting me worried. He cleaned up a good amount of creep there on the bottom right side as well. Gonna attempt to push a little bit further through the middle here, it looks like. You must know there's no base here, right? I'm not quite sure when the last time was when he started to fight there, but anyway. Anyway, Clem. Come on, Clem. You can do this. No sweat whatsoever, it looks like. Bly. Oh, big Widowmine there. Nice shot indeed. A lot of the overall Zerglings go down. Widowmine did go down as well, though, for the price of nothing. So I guess you win some, you lose some. But ultimately, was this a favorable trade for Bly? I'm not quite sure if it was. I think it was, right? I mean, he didn't lose that many Mutalisks overall. He's getting this command center as well now, so that definitely makes it worth it. What is Clem's response going to be? Is he still going to try and defend against this? It looks like he will. Oh dear lord, this could be a lot of danger. Yeah, you cannot repair anymore your way through the Mutalisk harassment. And this is where Clem is starting to take a boatload of damage right now. Trying to get those Marines in a good position to defend the Mutalisk onslaught right now. A lot of those SCVs running away towards the missile turret, to the safety of the missile turret. But these Mutalisks, they are going on an absolute tear right now. And you have to wonder whether Clem is making the right call by just trying to chase them down, losing more and more SCVs. Although, you know what, he already has a max supply, so it just is kind of facilitating a bigger army for Clem. But of course you can't allow Bly then to just sit back, macro up a massive bank, a lot bigger than yours, because he got a hand in the economy, because the Mutalisks are killing everything. Right, and then suddenly instead of one massive Zerg army, you have to fight 3, because those larvae, they do keep stacking, as long as the injects keep happening as well. Actually, they're not happening, are they? Alright, so that might be a little bit of a bummer here for Bly. Not quite being able to get all that stuff sorted. Man, there's a lot of missile turrets gone right now. So far, did the Marines finally do it though? Did they finally catch these Mutalisk in a nice squared area? And it looks like they very well may. Oh, that planetary was still on fire as well, actually. As he's moving upwards, chasing the Mutalisk, realizing, wait a moment, that planetary is gonna die. But yeah, this is finally a lot of value here for Clem. Being able to find a good amount of damage right now. He still is behind on the overall units lost tab in the minerals though by a good 2k. Bly only behind with, only behind with a 1k gas difference there in the units lost tab. But now with his Mutalisk a little bit lower on the count, right? 28 of them went down. There's only 24 remaining. Most are now focused on getting those Ultralisks. It's giving Clem a little bit of an opportunity here to once again start being the aggressor. Does take out a base in the bottom right side. It's gonna be a bummer here for Bly. The top left as well. It looks like if we have another stim here, it may go down, but instead we'll try to focus on the fight overall against the Marauders, against the Zergling Baneling army right now. And these splits are absolutely insanity. And trades out pretty favorably overall, but it's just a little bit too much for Mr. Bly, who still has like 3 Ultralisk here. He's coming in with all the Mutalisk as well right now onto the worker line, and oh my dear lord, Bly is actually doing this right now. He is killing Bly on the left side. It looks like Bly in killing off those the ghosts. Those are very, very important. Clem has Mutalisk on top of his production. That is one of the worst things that can happen in StarCraft 2. He needs to deal with this. There's no way in hell that he will ever be able to win this game anymore if he doesn't clean up these Mutalisk. And that is going to be a tall order overall, because how many Marines do we have right now? He has 10 Marines versus 21 Mutalisk. This is a rough one, guys. I guess he has 4 Widowmines as well. The Widowmines need to get good connections. That's the one ticket here for Clem to perhaps get some sense of salvation. But you know what, I think we may be reaching an ending point right now. Bly coming in on the left side as well. The Banelings, the Ultralisk, absolutely everything coming in. Killing off the planetary fortress. The Mutalisk still again going into the main base. No, never mind. Find the medevac right now. And Bly, I cannot believe it, but he is actually in the final moments of dismantling Clem. And there you have it. GG is called. We're going to an ace match. Dear Lord, Bly delivering there an absolute banger of a match. And you know what, against Clem of all the people right there. Alright, yeah, no problem. Just a casual Bly 700 APM. That is fine. That is fine. We all know that happens sometimes. 700s. Okay, okay, Mr. Bly. He's a quick one, boys. He's a quick one. Alright, so Clem and Bly going into game number 3. This is actually the first map that Clem did lose in the overall tournament. And let me see actually what happens if Bly wins this. What happens if Bly wins this? I guess if he wins this, I might be wrong. But he moves onwards, right? If he loses this, there's a 3-way tie. No? I think there may be. There's going to be a 3-way tie between Gerald, Bly, and Sol. How are we gonna fix that situation? Am I crazy? Am I missing something here? Are we actually going to have a 3-way tie? Well, the thing is, the map difference right now, it's 1 point only because he lost one less map. But he still has to play one map. So if he loses this, he's going to be down on the... Well, he's going to be actually at the same scores as Gerald and Sol. And we'll have a 3-way tie. On the bottom. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? What happens in a 3-way tie? I need an admin here. I hope these guys aren't looking into the... I hope they have Discord muted. Okay, Miguel says no. Order is finalized. Is it? Really? Is it? I thought we had Vindicta and Uthermal going head to head. Well, maybe I'm just wrong. You won one more game? Oh, so that's just not updated yet? How many games did he win? He won 1, 2... Oh, yeah, 2, 3, 4. He did. How did that not get updated? 5. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. I see now. No, wait. Do I see this now? I don't think I do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's 4. That is 4, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, okay. I see now. So the scores overall of this series aren't updated yet into the... Okay, I was wrong. I'm bad at this kind of stuff, guys. I need just somebody to whisper this in my ear as this stuff is happening. Alright, anyway. Anyhow. Where were we? Bottom left side, Red Zerg. He's making a hatch over here. He is none other than the Ukrainian. Raise your edge. Bly. Top left side, blue Terran player. He is fighting for Team Liquid. The Frenchman, he is... Clem. Yeah. Man, I was really looking forward to a 3-way tie. I just wanted it to be a 3-way tie so badly. I thought that would have been amazing to see here, but ugh. Oh well. I guess it's because if Bly didn't win that other map that we just saw right then and there, that would have been a moment in time where something like that could have happened. But unfortunately, he won one game versus Clem, and that actually did secure himself the 3rd place. So this one's just a little bit out of custom, isn't it? It's a little bit of a shame. This one's for the honor, guys. This one's for the honor. Will Bly be able to beat Clem in a best of 3? That's what it comes down to right now. This one's for the glory of beating Clem in a best of 3. Or beating Bly in a best of 3. Set wins, map difference head to head. Yeah, I know. It's just that I miscalculated the overall wins of Bly there. And I thought that he was still on 3 after this one as well being added into it. But that's not the case. That's not the case at all. Oh well. Yeah. It's I've been working for a solid 9 hours already today, guys, so you'll have to excuse me for being a little bit slow. I guess you don't have to, but I would appreciate it sometimes. I would very much appreciate it. If Estrella and Max Pax meet in the finals, it will be Max versus Max. That's right. You know, we actually have a third Max in well, another Max in Alpha X as well. Cuddle Bear. Cuddle Bear is also a Max. Do we have another Max? I'm pretty sure we have another Max. There's a lot of people called Max playing StarCraft 2. It's the same with Dutch Simons for some. Oh my god, is this happening again? Clem, you're gonna have to give this man a break at some point in your career. You're gonna have to say, alright, enough is enough. I've done too much damage to somebody's overall feelings. Coming in with 4 more of those Hellions. I mean, it's not something incredibly rare, right? To just go in with this amount of Hellions, but I'm not even quite sure. Is it Clem just being this good with his Hellions overall, or is it just Bly not quite being in a good position with those links to block them off and let those queens really dish into the Hellions right here? There is a Spire on the way. Lem wants to really get this this ball rolling with the fire spewers. The fire trucks. Okay, fire trucks do get inside of the natural base. A little bit of a down period of time there for Bly, thinking he was going to get himself into a right position to follow up with the movement of the Hellions. But the Hellions quickly moved around again. Now fighting against the links, and that is actually costing quite a lot of them. And a lot of the time to instead be fighting links instead of those drones. There's no... Well, there is, of course, there is a need to play this game. We need to know if Bly will actually be able to beat Clem in the best of 3. That's what we're watching right now. But yeah, overall for the tournament... yeah. They both move onwards. No, wait, actually, let me think this through. Yeah, it's not even gonna matter whether or not Clem will get first place or Denver will get first place. We already know Clem gets himself first place through here. That's already a given as well. Even if he loses this one too. Imagine that, actually. Bly losing to... How many people? He lost to like 2 other people here. He lost against Soul, 2-0. He lost against Denver, 2-1. I guess he did beat Gerald. That's one. And then also beating Clem. That'd be funny. Just considering the pounding Clem gave everybody else. For then the person who was looking to be bottom on the ranking there for a little bit to suddenly just powerhouse his way through the man at the top side of the bracket. As I said, man, this man had a good day. He will be able to take maps off of anyone. That pretty much goes for all these contestants, to be fair. It just looks like Bly, you know what? He has a couple of better days now and again. Or, well, he more often has good days, it looks like. Oh, these medeffects. There we go. Do manage to boost to safety here. But now, because they are boosted, they boost into danger as well, of course. A lot quicker. Another base coming up. These Mutalisks, instead of trying to really deal counter aggression here, trying to deal with stray units moving out on the map right now. Clem, where is he gonna take this to? I think he's just trying to confuse overall Bly with his positioning here, and now coming in from the far left. Yeah, Bly lost complete track of his movements here. The Mutalisk maybe assuming that there will be units right here defending again, but that is not going to be the case as Clem moves in on this left side. Will get himself a cancel on his sword base. There's no way that that's going to stay up here. There we go, that does get cancelled, and now he moves on through. And this is a pretty solid spot, right, to start attacking the main and natural base. Let's see if he does well, okay, he doesn't go for it. That's fine. I mean, it is 3 base versus 3 base right now. Upgrades for Clem, 1-1. +2/+2 already on the way. Bly on the other hand, only having the +1 flying attack right now. Really making magic work though so far with those Mutalisks that previous game. Let's see if he will be able to do it one more time here. He's going to have to hit the base of Clem soon, and he's going to have to hit it hard. He does have a massive look right now, but he needs to make it happen as quickly as possible as Clem right here pushing in. The thing with the Mutalisk and the Marine attack though, of course, they are both incredibly fragile units. Maybe the Marine's a little bit more fragile because of the Banelings here. Can just absolutely explode right now. Okay, the siege tanks need to be in siege mode as well. Bly trying to come in here as a couple of those are not shooting right now. That was actually a pretty reasonable attack right there. Pretty reasonable trade there for the Banelings. The Marines coming in one by one, unfortunately. So the Mutalisk still trading out favorably as well. There are more barracks on the bottom side here though. Clem going into the natural base. There are still those other 2 hatcheries being built elsewhere. So this is starting to get really, really dicey here. Will Clem ever be able to get rid of all these Mutalisks? Let's see. That's still a boatload of Mutalisk, and he just lost more of those Marines at this place over here. Almost think that those Mutalisks will be able to just fly back around the map and clean up this attack here for Mr. Clem. But then, will that win him the game, or will it win him the game just to kind of be over here? Alright. Clem finds another base. He doesn't know about this base over here, though, of course. So that would be a big deal if he does manage to get that one as well. Putting Bly back onto a single base economy. And that may be enough for Clem to hang on here. He did lose 45 workers, but in total, 45 workers as well was for Bly here. Right, Clem is coming backwards with this force right now. He's, you know what, with the Medivacs there as well, it should be a lot easier to keep his stuff alive. But he needs to save his production facilities right now. He needs to make this happen. Bly, on the other hand, what should he do really? I guess he just needs to keep finding value with the small cluster of Mutalisk he still has remaining. He has been trading out quite a bit though. The Mutalisk are shrinking further and further in size. There's only 7 remaining right now, and I don't think that's even enough to fight off this small batch of Marines that we had before. Saying, you know what, he probably could kill this off with all the siege tanks. Not anymore the case at all. Especially because they have the +2/+2 as well. And that is absolutely terrifying here for those Mutalisk, of course. They are not gonna have a nice fight against those bad boys. Oh my god, again committing here to a fight, and Clem again getting himself one hell of a trade there. These Zerglings as well. I mean, they're gonna have even a worse time against these Marines, because they don't really have any upgrades whatsoever. I guess they have the +1 armor upgrade, but that's about it. +1 carapace. 31 works versus 29. We're kind of reset a little bit here. It's gonna be easier to make a new army of Marines though than it would be to recreate another army of Mutalisk, I'd say. Clem still has a ton of gas as well. If only he was generous enough to just be like, here, Here, Bly, have all my gas. Make more Mutalisk. That could be a great way for him to lose this game, but I don't think he will. Alright, these Marines trying their hardest to get rid of these Mutalisk. Only 6 remain right now. And 2 of them are extremely low on the HP. Clem scanning ahead, seeing that there is another base up there. Will he attempt to try and bust open that base as well? Or will he just stick back and try to macro up again? He still has the missile turret here. Would love to see another missile turret being committed on that 3rd base. Although he already has one over here. I say the 3rd base, it's really the natural base. My bad. Yeah, alright. Anyway. Clem and Bly. Man, they are really having a tight fight here, aren't they? Jeez Louise. Here he comes though, Clem. Could this be the final push? 73 overall army supply versus 38. These Mutalisks, they are going to have to be microed to an ungodly amount of micro to actually be able to pick off all these Marines right now. Do we have any Banelings available? We have 8 Banelings and they're all over here. They are the one final chance here for Bly if he does manage to get something done here, but I don't think he will. Clem moves on in, kills off another base, has more than enough Marines there as well. GG is called. Clem still takes the series overall and ties it off with a 2-1 there versus Bly. Still losing a single map, which does mean that, in fact, Bly did secure himself a 3rd place. So, congratulations to him. Clem, you know what, absolute mad props to him as well. Will take the 1st place in this group, which is a big deal because then you don't have to go in through the Octagon finals. You only have to go through the quarterfinals or the semifinals. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. They're the semifinals. You don't have to go to the quarter. Alright, I think it's time for me to call it a day. I'm not saying anything correctly anymore. Tomorrow we'll be back at about what was it, 8? Yeah, it's 8 a.m. CEST. So I hope I'm gonna get myself a quick nap over here. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. One last shout out. Go check out the link down below, the Matcherino. And wait a moment, is it a 3-way tie? Am I crazy? I just got told it wasn't a 3-way tie. Who's this? Who's the barcode suddenly whispering me? Who's this? Why aren't you talking in the regular chat? What is happening? Bly got a 4th game. He got a victory against Clem, so that means he's now on. Yeah, there you go. You need to check out the old bracket, sir. Good sir, Mr. Barcode, sir. I don't know who you are. Anyway, like having you here. But yeah, I made the same mistake, honestly. Like, I was yelling that out of the rooftops as well for a long time, but yeah, Bly actually got 3rd place there. Unfortunately for any Gerald or Sol fan or any, you know what, any Polish players, or I suppose, didn't make it through. You know what, I feel your pain. The Dutch player as well yesterday, or 2 days ago actually, didn't make it through. It's all good. It's all good, my man. It's all good. No worries. And yeah, all right, guys. I love you all. Go check out Total War Troy. That is available through a free download that we have going for us. It helps us out if you download it through there. Shows that the sponsor overall made a good choice trying to sponsor us. So Total War Troy is available. Free to download through the link down below. Other than that, go check out the Matcherino if you haven't already. And yeah, peace out, boys. I'm gonna go collapse right now after a long day of work and a long day of casting. See you later. Still not raining. It's still not bloody raining.